Oh, there we go. Now you should be able to hear my audio. Let's see if we can get their audio working.
Yes.
Okay, now I hear things. I got it fixed.
Just do a quick test.
Okay, can you all hear us out in the world of D20 Tales? Give us a thumbs up,
That is the
or
question. Can
you
you
know,
hear us?
that is the ultimate question. Um, okay, yes, they can hear us now. Okay, perfect.
Brilliant.
Yay!
All right. Sorry for the little audio problem we were having. Apparently, the OBS did not like my audio and didn't like everyone else's audio either for some reason. Let me make sure our audios are in the right ranges. Hey, can you each of you say something really quick?
Yeah, I can say something. Good at that.
All right, Frank. Frank.
What's up?
You're such a dork. We love you, Frank. We love you. Katya?
Hi, can
Uh,
you hear me before I go into my edge voice?
yeah, there we go. And Caleb.
Hi. It's been a while since I've been on a stream. This is pretty exciting.
Let me turn you up a little tiny bit because you were a little bit low.
I will continue to talk until I am told to stop.
There you go. Now you're good.
That was not very long.
No. It was
That's
not.
That's the only lines you get for the rest of the stream.
That's all you get.
And I
Nothing
can mute
else.
myself.
Make sure if you guys are watching the stream, please make sure you mute yourselves on the audio coming off of the thing because we don't want any feedback. Anyway, so thank you all for joining us. We get to start this over again. Thank you everybody for joining us. I get to do the spiel again. So
Introduce yourself to new time viewers.
So my name is Kristen, and I am one of the cast members and crew members. I do painting and all kinds of weird stuff for the show. For the regular show that we normally do, which is Plane Striders. You can watch that on our YouTube channel. Thank you, Chloe, for being on my fan club. Anyway, so this is my show. We get to bring my creation, my world that I have been thinking up for the last many years. And I finally get to bring it to life. Lots of crazy things in this world that we'll talk about in a moment. But the name of the show is Emergence, and there's a good reason that you guys will find out later why it's named that. Overshadowing. Or foreshadowing, I should say.
I was about to say,
so,
overshadowing?
Kind of over it. Well, I mean, it kind of fits overshadowing.
Are you saying there's a big shadow that is coming for us?
I
don't like that.
The whole island chain is surrounded by a big shadow, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So, hi, Brad. So I want so we'll go around. I want everybody to introduce your characters, who you're playing, kind of what they look like. On our pictures, you can kind of see a little snippet of what our characters look like. With exception of 2, they might get a little bit of a change this week, but still working with my artist. Hey. So tell me who you are, what class you're playing, if you want to tell that or not. And tell us something that the rest of the group would know that, because everybody has their secrets. So go ahead, Paige.
All right, so I am playing Serenity Sapphire. She is a level 3 wild magic sorcerer. Very excited. I've been dying to play this class forever. She is fire themed, so you can tell that by her bright red hair that she has. She wears a ball gown that very much looks like flames, designed and crafted herself. And she is twin sisters with our lovely Katya's character, who you'll get to meet in a second. And the thing that everybody knows about her is she is a circus performer for the circus in town. She is one of the fire wizards, so to speak. So.
All right. And Katya.
Well, I am very happy to be playing also a character that I've been looking forward to play for a while, and she's very much out of my comfort zone because usually I love to play the happy, exciting, hey, can we set this shit on fire type characters. And she's actually the complete opposite, although being twin sister to Serenity, Serendipity, who actually hates her name and always goes by Saf instead, shortened version of their last name, is Warlock. And one of the things that, I mean, Serenity would already know this about her, the rest of the party, not sure yet. She really does not like being out in the sun. And that's all I'm going to say for now. We'll see how the rest of it goes.
What? You vampire? What?
No, God.
So Katya's playing
Hello?
herself. Got it.
Yeah.
Frank.
Hey all, I am Frank. I'm here to just make the D20 cast look good.
You're doing a good
this
job at it.
in this series, I am playing a lovely character named Corvus Ferrum. What to say about Corvus? He's just a dude that's very passionate about his stuff. He
Okay.
has a big fuck off glaive that he'll probably never ever use, and a stick that he pokes things with. And he's got a really good best friend. Like they're homies. They've been BFFs forever. They've gone through a lot. Introducing my good friend Lex, played by Caleb.
Caleb.
Hi, I'm Caleb Welch, as introduced by Frank. I'm playing Lex Talionis. They are a tiefling cleric who, along with my good friend Corvus, we serve Hoar, the god of vengeance.
That you do. And there's something odd about the color, though. You're not a regular tiefling.
I'm a white-skinned tiefling.
A very, very pale white-skinned
Very
tiefling.
pale. Very pale.
So,
Oh, and it's not the god of vengeance. It's the god of just vengeance.
Just vengeance.
so everybody needs to know that how this is said. Just vengeance. It's
Yeah,
as
just
it's
vengeance.
just vengeance.
Just
No,
vengeance.
Yes,
we've been
only
joking about
vengeance
this.
and nothing else.
Yeah, we've been
It's only
joking about this for a couple weeks now. Holy crap.
Yeah, just yeah. Lex, healer. Over Goblin. We'll see if he plays a healer. I have my doubts.
Oh no, we need healer. Wait.
I mean, there is a
Yeah,
cleric. There is a
He's a
cleric.
hero.
There's a cleric in the
So
group.
warlocks do have healing light, so as a bonus action, I have like 5d6 to kind of spread around the party. But we'll get there. I hope we won't need to use them all.
So, I want to also really quick before we jump into everything, I want to thank Dave. Dave is my artist who did all of our art for our characters and did an amazing job. They are fantastic. Still working on 2 characters a little bit. There's a couple tweaks that we want to get done, but other than that, they look amazing. I am super happy, and you can find
Thank you, Dave.
so Dave, you can find Dave at Dave's_world_games. If you're interested in his art, and he does an amazing work, and it is fantastic. He's a disabled vet. He's a disabled veteran, so go support our vets. I'm also a veteran. So I definitely am super happy that he could help. And as a disabled veteran, he pushes for AI art. So
Let's go.
because that's the only way he can do art is because he needs AI to help him. So with that, a bit about the world of Reemergence. So the world's not named Reemergence, but I mean, it's not, but that's the name of the show. You guys will learn all about what that means at a later date. I'm sure. I'm positive that it'll come up. So 3,000 years ago in this world, the island chain that they live on of Ishgard has been completely surrounded by an entire blanket of a black wall. No one can pass. You can pass through it, but as soon as you go in, you disappear. No one ever hears from you again. You can go in with a rope. They've tried people with ropes, and the rope cuts off as soon as someone enters. You can put your hand in and take it out, but as soon as you walk in and your whole body is in, you are gone. So
Dun, dun,
Fortnite.
dun.
Fortnite, yeah, I guess in a way. But nobody's ever, in 3,000 years, no one's ever came out of the darkness. It goes about 50,000 feet into the air. And there in this world, there are flying machines. However, you can't go past it because flying machines cannot get above the darkness. So, emo Fortnite, correct. Brad. Oh, love you. Oh, no, there's no flying buses. There's small flying ships. There's nothing super big. It's usually,
I
te-
love that.
30
though.
or 40
What is a
passengers at the
flying bus?
most. Not a bus. They usually use it just for transportation of goods back and forth between islands, because in the last 3,000 years, nothing's ever, no one from the outside world, so they have to take care of themselves. Also, the really weird thing that happened 3,000 years ago is every living being that was over the age of 25 was just gone, ceased to exist. There are no records from before then, and nothing has happened up to this. No one knows what happened. No one can put the pieces together. There's the mainland that haven't had contact with in 3,000 years. It is a very strange place to live in. At night, you never want to leave your home at night because when the night does fall, things come out of the dark to raid villages, almost every night. It happens. So,
Kristen,
yes.
would it be safe to say that chaos awaits you in the dark?
It does. It
Oh,
very
no.
much awaits you in the dark, especially here.
Wait,
The
he said the
darkness
thing.
will kill you.
He said the thing. Roll credits.
We're done.
Boom, we're done. No. But that was actually pretty good. You lost my concentration there, Caleb. Thank you. But in this world, as soon as the light comes out, before the light comes up, all of those creatures disappear into the forests, into the mountains, into caves. You cannot hit yourself for a copyright strike. That's our own thing. Ah, jeez. So,
Anyway,
so
Hills.
welcome to our insanity, Frank. So, in this world, as soon as the light starts to come, all of the things that have come out in the middle of the night disappear, but also people disappear. But no one knows why. It seems to be connected somehow, but no one's really ever put two and two together. Yes, you broke the DM already. Jeez, guys, come on.
Oh, we only
Don't-
started.
They've already broken me in the session 0. They completely, it was quite great. So at this point and time, let us journey into the world and see what awaits our players as we come upon 4 characters standing just about a mile outside of a city, where just as this huge sound wave whoosh, rolls over the top of them, and you can literally see this sound wave as it emanates from approximately about 60 miles south of where you currently are. And as you look in that direction, you guesstimate that was where you were just moments before, as you are now standing in front, and not in the library that you were in. They found these books. I will allow. Let's go with Frank. Go ahead and tell us, if you want to, a little bit about what just happened.
Okay. Oh, if I want to, nah. You're all in the dark. Fuck it. So our party has just come out of a ancient, untouched library that we wound up in after my darling Lex touched some stuff. Um, um,
Anyway,
and then
I mean,
we just appeared. Um, the some books were disintegrating. We figured out some puzzles. Got a freaky ass book, and then appeared in this random thing. Appeared where we are now, and then an explosion happened, and that's where we are.
well, it's not really more. It's explosion. Have you ever watched like a volcano explode and the pressure wave from the sound wave before it hits you before you get the explosion? That's kind of what it goes over, but it looks like it just continues well past, possibly hitting all of the islands, maybe even more beyond, even the Dark Wall. As you guys stand there and this pressure wave goes over the top of you, all of your clothing kind of rustles for a moment, and it's almost deafening. But as the sound subsides, you all are standing in front of the city, and you can see the circus just outside the city wall.
the shit was that?
How did we get here?
Where are we? Is that the circus?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're close to home.
Well,
How did
that's
we?
good.
Didn't we still have like 6 hours of walking left to do?
Yes, we were going to station up for the evening and defend ourselves, but after that little stint, time of day, DM. Is it still
It
evening?
is no, it is mid morning, or,
Oh,
like mid to
oh.
early morning, and the sun is already up.
how long were we in this library?
Well, I
Well,
suppose only one way to find out.
It could
Gotta
be
go
one of
talk to
them.
some people.
I do not know about the rest of you, but I think our first priority should be to return the book, to take it to the temple where it can be properly dealt with.
Properly.
Yeah.
Do you mean by properly dealt with?
Well, we agreed upon opening it and testing it in a safe space. The temple will offer such a sanctuary. Ha ha! Onwards! And Corvus will start striding forward.
As he's striding forward, she kind of leans over to Lex and is like, "Is he always like this?"
Yep. Hold on. I need to boost Caleb's and Frank's audio just a tiny bit.
Ah.
You guys want to boost my audio? Good
Sure.
me.
We love you.
Hello? Hello? That
There you
never
go.
happened?
There you go.
Boost
Now you're
Frank all the way and decrease
no,
everybody
no, 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 no.
else. All right, is audio good?
Audio's better.
Great.
Onwards! And as Corvus is walking, Corvus is just, as he's walking along, he's like, I have no idea which way to go.
All right, follow me. I'm very used to this town. And I start leading us on our way to the temple.
So we have not. Have we been to this temple before yet, Krista?
Yeah, yeah. You
Frank?
guys, this is. You guys know where the temple is. You guys, because this is the temple that you are currently attached to. And you guys have been sent out. You guys had the free day, well, possibly the day before, or a couple days before when you guys went to the circus. And you're not sure. You guys had the day free to go hand out pamphlets and do your own whatever you wanted to do for the day. It was not your duty day.
We handed out pamphlets to our other party members.
You did.
I learned a thing about them.
Yeah, I suspect it's like where we've established our lodgings for our time here.
Yes.
For the time being. And
So
as we're walking, Serenity Corvus is just gonna be like, "Have you considered joining our faith?"
Oh God.
I did just learn about it today, so, it'd be a pretty fast turnaround to expect me to convert immediately. But it is very fascinating. I haven't heard that much of you guys before, which I'm kind of surprised of.
It is quite surprising. We are. He kind of stops and just goes, somewhat of a semi-sanctioned police force around these islands and this entire archipelago. So to not know of
Well, to be fair,
us,
I had heard of you. I had just never met any of you before. So I had never heard your stories, so to speak.
that's fair enough. I'm sure we will share many more. Hey, is that a rabbit?
As a rabbit goes running past.
With
Yeah.
Corvus distracted, Lex will step in and look at Serenity and say, given that we are heading to the Temple of Hoar, it will be the perfect place for you to find out more if you are interested.
Very much so. It's fascinating.
Before she answers, Saf just puts the hand on her sister's shoulder and goes, "She is not at the moment," and gives her a glare, just like, do not.
Someone's faith is between them and the gods alone.
I'm sure we had enough of it for now. And Saf kind of like glances to the side to Serenity, just like, kind of like, "Hey, can we have like a second?"
You just hear, as the sorcerer that has message, you hear in your mind me just go, make friends. We are making friends right now. I need to be.
Responding to the message, she goes, "Fuck off! We might have just accidentally destroyed our world."
It's fine. You worry too much.
I
Besides, we're going with them to find out what the book is.
Now,
We might
actually,
as well
out loud,
learn while
I
we're
worry
there.
too much. There's this thing just exploded around the entire island.
We're still here. And we're going to the temple to look at the book so that we can learn what it was. We might as well learn other things while we're there.
Sure, let's see if some religious
That'd
people
be
will be able to tell us some truth for once. Sure.
besides. And if we don't go, still speaking a message, clarifying. Besides, if we don't go and we need to steal the book, it's going to be very hard to get back in there.
How much
She-
of this conversation is happening over message?
All of it.
Okay.
No, just the one part where she said, "I'm worrying too much." This thing exploded over the entire island.
You said that out loud. No context.
Wait,
Great.
that's all we heard?
That's all you heard.
I will just say, if you are concerned, we are going to a wonderful place where you can lay your concerns before Hoar himself.
I'm sure-
Interesting.
Right.
And
Lead the way.
sweet friends, we are just about to arrive to the port city of Obi. Get ready.
Sorry,
As-
the port. What?
That's what we called it. We called it the port city of Obi.
Yes,
Amazing.
yep.
I adore
Uh-huh.
that so much. It's perfect.
Uh-huh.
No. Port City of Obi is on the other island, on your island.
Oh, we are not
Ah.
arriving at the port city of Obi.
No.
If you
Which
confuse
is
the
good
island,
because
okay.
the port city of Obi is full of drug trafficking, and I don't want to deal with that right now.
That's absolutely fair.
Mm.
We are not unloading all of that at the moment.
No, please don't unload all of that.
Our island. My
cool.
bad.
Yeah, that was on your island. Please get your islands and your cities correct here. So
It's a
you
new
are
world.
you
It's a new
thi-
world. Fresh new world.
fresh new world. The city's name is Salbar.
Salba. We are entering the city of Salba. It's just a standard gate. Corvus likes to
But
enunciate whenever
but
he's going into.
but
a new
yes,
spot.
we do have a city called Obi. Well, you're welcome, Brad. Anyway.
No, it's not.
Okay, so as you all enter the city, all the activities that you usually see None of it is happening. Everyone is looking at each other because a huge sound wave just a few minutes before, as you guys are walking into the city, just, within the last 20 minutes has gone through this whole area, and everyone is just like, what was that? What's going on? You hear cuss conversations over, is it happening again? Is the whatever happened 3,000 years ago happening again? Nothing like this has ever happened before in the
I will
last 3,000 years.
will sort of very quietly say to the group, I am sure I do not need to tell you to use discretion as to that we may have caused that.
You think?
Seems reasonable.
Corvus is just like, fear not, fellow
Oh no.
civilians. We are on our way to find the source of what has caused that alarming sound. Make way, and rest assured, we will get to it.
People look at you because you are the group from the church that you are. Everyone sees you and parts as you are making your way through the city, and you hear hushed conversations are like as the conversation is preceding you because it's going faster than you're walking. They're going to save us. Things along those lines. They're going to fix whatever happened. Just small hushed tones, but kind of in awe as they part around you and then reclose behind you. People kind of following to the city now because you decided to open your mouth.
Great.
Yeah, Corvus did. As we're walking, Corvus just kind of softer towards his current companions. He goes, now that I think about it, that was probably ill-advised.
And you are
Hey,
gaining a huge following behind you.
Did I just start a cult? Let's go! Session 1!
Section 1? Yeah.
Well,
Sort of is-
volunteer to be the hero, that's what you get.
because you hear it just kind of ripple throughout now everyone's talking about it because it happened to everybody, and you guys pass through the main gate, and off to your left you do see the circus off to the side. No one appears. You do not see anything going on at the circus, especially now that this whole thing has happened. Everyone, you don't see anything happening at the circus, and it's just off probably a couple 100 yards off to your left, just outside the gate. You don't see anyone.
That's odd. It's midday. Usually people are out and about by now.
Corvus looks around to this huge crowd that's starting to follow them. There are.
What I mean are my friends at the circus. It's very odd.
Oh. Yes. Perhaps they aren't there because of what just occurred. Maybe they are now amidst this crowd that has recently formed around us for goodness knows why.
I wonder why is it around us? And like Saf is not even hiding the fact that she's like glaring at him.
Corvus looks at you and is just
I love that
I'll
scene.
Love him.
turn
Oh my
to Saf
God.
and softly say, everyone makes mistakes. Do not hold it against him.
yes, everyone has those days.
So where's the
You-
temple?
Say that again, Katya.
Oh, so where's this temple?
You guys go down a few streets. Make some turns, but in the middle of the city, there you see this huge temple, rising up, and as you enter, the word has reached you beforehand, and the high priest, and the high priest's name is, hold on, I have everything written here.
Please stand by.
Zarkin Tidewater is his name.
Yes,
And
I know that.
Yes, you know exactly who he is. He is the high priest of high priest in this temple. And as you approach, you see him standing there waiting for you because word has already reached them that you are coming.
Zarkin Tidewater?
Zarkin Tidewater. Zarken Tidewater.
Tidewater. High priest of what was the name of this island? I know it. I'm testing you.
Um
Oh,
what's the name no, I'm sorry, the name of the island is Salban. The name of the name of the city is Salbar.
Of Salbar. Cool. As I see Zarken, Corvus is gonna stride along and just like, Zarken, we have returned with information.
Yes, I understand that you have from what I've heard on the street is you know what happened?
No! As
think
I just approach.
I will sort of interject myself into there between them and go, I think this is a conversation better had inside. And just sort of head gesture to the crowds around.
And he looks at the crowd and he starts shooing them. He starts waving the other guards to shoo them away. And turns around and as he's walking away, he just says, "Follow."
I will follow.
So will I.
You're both following?
So
I'm gonna turn around to the two of them and be like, fear not, ladies. You are in the house of Hoa now.
I look over at Saf and kind of hands over mouth. Friends? Question mark.
she looks over at Serenity. Is like, this is exactly why I fear. And she glances over back at the temple, and then back at her sister, and goes, "No, you go. I'll be right behind you."
Don't tarry too long. You don't want to miss the action with this book now, do you?
I definitely don't.
All right.
And
Be careful.
and as soon as Serenity steps, Serendipity kind of places her hand on her temple, but instead touching that little crown over her head, and thinks to herself, "You gotta know, what the fuck was that?
You get nothing.
Motherfucker." She kind of takes a breath, composes herself, and strides into the temple.
Just a couple steps behind everybody.
Yep.
As you guys go into the temple, you see some off rooms, but everyone seems to be completely focused and stopping as you all pass. Apparently, as because Frank decided to say something, it is literally gone through the entire temple, and because word spreads faster than you can walk. And as you approach, you go into a side off to the left. There's a huge side door that you enter into, and there is it looks to be like a meeting room where the high priest maybe takes special occasions and things like that, where he says, when special guests come. And he takes he takes a seat at the front and says, "What do you know?"
Corvus is just gonna look at Lex, and that's all.
Lex will step forward and sort of bow towards the high priest and say, Sir, a full report. We left yesterday to do an inspection around as we were issued. We met these two at a circus, attempted to help them solve a murder, chased the murderer, they got away. On the return journey, we stopped at a ruin. We were transported to what seemed to be an ancient library where we found this book, and I will gesture to Frank.
And
Who's Frank?
Or sorry, I will gesture to Corvus. It seems to be possessed by some sort of spirit. We did not want
The high priest kind of puts up a finger. You said yesterday.
Have we been away for longer?
You were reported missing a week ago.
You know how magic is.
Corvus is like, you jest.
You
I
you
don't-
have we thought you had abandoned post.
We
I
were
would never.
but a day away. 6 hours of travel we had left, High Priest. As he says, bowing a little bit at the end.
So
We
it
abandoned our posts.
so
Folly.
it took you a week to travel 6 hours?
That would be a feat, but not done by us. No, we were transported by
It,
magical means.
it is possible the space that we were transported in had an effect on our. Had a different time than where we are now, but I think we have much more pressing matters to get to.
Yes, this thing that hit us. It is very you said you have a book that caused this?
I do not know. I figured that you would know better than I.
Let me
And I
see
will
the
sort of
book.
gesture for Corvus
Well,
again to pull out the
So
book.
yeah, Corvus will pull it out now.
And he gestures to you to put it on the ground in front of him.
Okay, Corvus grabs the book, and the first thing he says out loud, "Hello, book."
And as you grab it, you hear from inside, because it is currently locked. Would you like to speak the words?
I've told you, book. I do not know the words. Have you decided if you want a name?
Did you want to speak the words?
I do not know the words, book.
Saf kind of steps forward. May I?
Corvus looks at Saf and is just like, "Wait a moment.
The
No,
priest
book. I do not know the words."
the priest motions once again to put the book on the floor in front of him.
I'm just standing disappointedly looking at the rest of them.
Corvus is just like, yes, forgive me, High Priest. One moment, book, I'll be gentle. And Corvus is going to kind of like start to go down with the book and then just immediately let go and let the book go on the ground.
The book kind of hits the ground with a little bit of a soft thud. And the priest kind of nods and begins casting a couple spells on it. He's looking to see if it's, a couple identification spells as you guys are watching him.
I kind of
Um,
stand beside Serenity and just
An
lift up my
odd-
shield.
An odd look comes across his face, and as he looks down at the book and looks to you, Corvus, and says, "Did it speak to you? And what did it say?"
Wants me to speak the words.
Speak the words.
I don't know
Interesting.
what these words are, but I believe one of my fun companions may.
Lex will have pulled out from his backpack his notes, his journal that he writes his notes into, and he will just write down the words, the Book of Magic, and hand it to the priest and say, I believe these are the activations. I will leave it up to your discretion.
And he grabs it and he looks at it and he looks
Before
for-
he reads anything, Saf kind of steps right in front of her sister.
he looks at the words. He and hands them back to you, Lex, and says, "If you will."
I now put up my shield so that, I step in front of both Saf and Serenity shield properly open now, in front.
Yeah,
I
okay.
will reach down pick up the book. I sort of take a moment to touch my amulet of Hoar and send a short prayer to my god. And then say,
And as you pick up the book, you hear the little small little voice. Would you like to say the words?
the Book of Magic.
As the book begins to bend and the binding begins to come off, the lock on the binding becomes to come off again, and the book begins to open as a small light emanates from that you guys hadn't seen before because you closed it too fast last time. Um, a small light appears as you're opening the book, and on the first page it says, "In the beginning." And it starts giving a as you start reading the page, there's just the first page. It starts talking about the beginning of the world of where they think that the world, how the world developed, and where the world came from, and it starts talking about where you are in the structure of the solar system and the universe, and about galaxies and all of these other things that you really hadn't thought about, because you're basically a new entire world because it started over again. Concepts that you never really thought of. And then it starts talk, and then as you're going through the first page, and it's telling you all of these things, you switch over, go to the next page, and you see a list of like a table of contents, and it talks about the origins of life, and it talks about magic and where magic comes from, and then it talks about uh, the gods and how to become a god.
Hey, yo, let's go. I've already got a cult following. We can...
It says how to become a god. Lex will close it, hand it to the high priest, and say, "This feels to me like blasphemy. I think the book should be burned."
I have a question, DM.
Yes.
Was that information, was that only applicable to Lex?
He was the only one looking in the book at the time, and
Okay. Okay.
and as you all are looking at the books, you don't see anything on the pages.
Oh, okay. Corvus is like,
It looks to be empty pages that he's
it's
looking at, and he's sitting there reading, but that's empty.
it's blank. Corvus is peering over his shield.
Hmm.
So
Staff
The
is
high
intently watching what the priest is gonna say to the book being burned.
Well, the high priest is looking at the book. Do you see words?
I do, yes.
Hmm. And what do the words say?
It says that it tells the history of the world, the origin of magic, and, forgive me, Hoar, a method to become a god.
Ask me.
Interesting. And he puts his hand out to hand them the book.
Now hand him the book.
He takes the book and he closes it.
Wise
And he brings two fingers over, and he hands the book over to another one of the other high priests that you've actually never met before. You're not sure where he came from or who he is.
No, I don't. This is
So we don't know.
No, you don't know. Neither one of you have never seen this priest before. In this temple. And he hands it to him. He's an older gentleman, probably in his mid to late 60s. He looks human. and as he reaches for the book, he kind of takes it fairly quickly, and he holds it to his chest, and he bows his head, and turns and starts to walk out the door.
Excuse me. Where do you think you're taking this?
And the high priest looks and says, "For safekeeping."
Safekeeping.
Side
I know
check.
damn well church is not a place for safekeeping.
Insight check. Go ahead and roll an insight. Our first roll of the game.
I am. Yeah. It's a plus two. It's a flat roll for me, baby. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. And that's an 11. Not bad.
I got a 16 here.
16. And what did you get, Saf?
11.
11.
Not bad.
Anybody else?
Oh, I'm not rolling insight. I fully believe that they're gonna do only good things with the book.
Yeah, totally. Of course.
So, as you kind of look this guy over, not knowing who he is, you really don't get a read on him, but he took the book a little bit too knowingly.
Mm-hmm.
How do you knowingly take a book?
He knew what was expected,
Oh.
and he knew what to do. He takes the book, and he is walking out the door.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't know.
following him.
Yeah, what's going? I don't know why I'm hesitating. Corvus wouldn't have. He would have just been like, "Wait a moment," as he like extends a hand out and just goes, "By the robes, I can definitely tell this person's the high priest."
The high priest handed him the book.
Okay, sorry. Is what rank is this elder gentleman?
You do not see a rank on his on him at all.
So he's not a priest.
He seems to be. He's dressed in the right robes, but he doesn't have a rank, or you can't tell.
I have an idea.
Okay, well then, 100%, I would have been suspicious on that insight and just like, Corvus, calls out. Wait, does he stop?
He does not. And the high priest says he is taking the book for safekeeping.
And at that, Corvus is like, "Not to question your judgment, high priest, but I'm going to. Is that even an acolyte? He does not wear our symbol of Hoa."
He is a follower.
As this conversation is happening, Saf takes a little step back and snaps her fingers. I'm using Pact Boon to summon a very tiny fly, and I whisper to it, "Follow." And
let's
follows the
go!
fucker with the book.
Okay, so your fly begins to follow this guy, as how far can the pact go?
So yeah, that's a fine familiar. Technically, it's a creature that like acts independently of me.
Okay.
It can travel, but I can communicate with it up to 100 feet.
Okay. As you kind of concentrate for a moment and focus in on this bug that is following him, he goes down a few corridors, down into this goes down a couple floors, and back in the room, because he's traveling. Back in the room, he says, the high priest looks at you and says, "You did good to bring the book here. It will be well kept and well taken care of."
I would have backed off at the "he's a follower," but Corvus has his suspicions now.
I trust that whatever choice you make is far wiser than that we would have been made on our own. Thank you for taking this off our hands.
You will forget that you ever found it.
Yeah, Corvus is just like, "I cannot. It is in my brain, high priest."
I can fix that for you.
Oh no.
Prefer you didn't.
Corvus is like, "I would rather you did not."
Sav takes her sister's hand and then goes like, "We need to get out of here now."
Is this commonplace behavior for a priest
Um,
in our faith?
not necessarily, but to question someone that high up is pretty hard to, you know. It's not. It would be
It
completely frowned upon.
Yeah. Okay, Corvus is just like, I shan't say anything, but I will retain. And
It
he's
would
just
be best if you forgot and never mention it again.
Corvus smiles.
It would
like,
be better
very
for
well.
all of you. And he looks at the two girls specifically.
Start backing up.
Oh
Corvus,
yes,
I will block the
Sav is just
door.
giving him the death stare.
Corvus
Yeah.
is gonna. Oh, what is Lex doing?
Oh, I'm just gonna casually just walk to block the door.
Okay. Corvus is going to stand in front of our two new companions and just go, please, High Priest, they are potential converts. No need to frighten them.
You're right. Totally.
Actually, Katya, because you are concentrating on your bug, you hear
Mhm.
nothing here and you see nothing here.
Yep.
So you don't know
okay,
you don't know what's going on.
Hmm.
Gotcha. Then never mind. Then the whole time, Sav was just like staring into space. Like
I'm
right
assuming
beside the tree.
I'm assuming I've seen you do this before.
Yes.
Yeah, probably a couple times.
Then I would step in front of you fully and kind of back up and kind of push you back a little bit and try and back us up and get us out of here.
I want to throw something to see if Sav just falls.
Yeah,
And-
so
and-
Corvus is just like,
The priest
please
looks
fucking
at
chill out.
the priest looks at the girls and he says, "I know you work for the circus. It would behoove you to listen to my words. You will not speak of what you have seen for your safety and everyone else's."
Oh. Mhm.
You can't speak.
I know,
You're
I
a
know.
bad.
He's lucky I can't
You
speak
can't
right now.
speak right now.
He's lucky I can't speak right now. He's
that
not
a
lucky that
threat?
Serenity can speak right now, that's for sure.
That is
Well,
definitely not a threat. That is a warning for all of us. What you witnessed today, change is coming.
What change?
I do not know what it means as of yet.
Does it have something to do with that explosion, High Priest?
It does.
I knew it.
And that is why you should not speak of it for your own safety, for that of all of us, including myself.
It will be as if nothing ever happened.
Would it not be more prudent, High Priest, to send us, the ones who discovered this happening, to investigate?
No, for the moment, I have other goals for you.
Such as? Always to serve Hoa.
Make sure these ladies get back to their circus first. And then tomorrow, come back and I will give you your assignment.
At that, Corvus, speaking on behalf of everyone in this room, just goes, I do believe our new companions looking to Saf and Serenity would like to join us moving forward in our adventures and expeditions.
Silent.
The god is named Hoar, Hoar.
Yeah,
Yes.
but totally. If you hear Hoa, do it. That's it. That's the one.
But yeah, they're very open-minded worshippers.
Remember,
Worship
it's
the
not-
horse.
Hoa is just a god of just vengeance. So
No, not just vengeance, just vengeance.
Yeah, it's
no,
only
just vengeance.
Just vengeance.
Just
Only
vengeance.
vengeance, nothing else.
So, as you are kind of backing away, and Lex kind of blocks you from exiting, and he looks at you all and says, "Until tomorrow, then."
Yes, whatever assignment we get next, please ensure that our new potential converts will be fit to join us. They are talented in battle.
And with that, as we'll go back to what you see, Katya. So
Mhm.
you come to a door. So the guy comes to a door. He's holding the book very close to himself. He knocks on the door 4 times. There is an answer from inside of another knock, and he knocks 2 more times, and then he enters the room. And as your fly flies in, um, you see several armed guards and a row of books that all look almost identical to this book.
Shit.
Dun dun dun!
There is a line of them.
No way, they're fakes. They're fakes.
And he sets the book down, and he looks at them, and he says, "Another book," and just kind of tosses it onto the pile with the rest of them. This, however, this one came with the sound, and you see a man sitting in the shadow that you really can't, from where your fly is, because your fly is still across the room. You see him kind of sitting in the shadow, and he is with a book in his hands, one of the books, and he is flipping through the pages reading. And all you see is a cowl over their face. And you hear, "Very good. If any more show up, let me know. But this one, I think, might be different than all
Okay,
of the others."
So
Okay, Palpatine.
that's our BBEG right there. Let's go.
And
Mhm.
then he looks and says, puts up a hand,
Oh
and
fuck.
a small beam of light lances out from his finger and hits your fly.
Oh, he's on to you. He's on to you.
Mhm.
As he finishes the spell and your fly dies, you are immediately shunted back into your body.
And are we out of the church by then?
You guys are currently, she is being led out of the church as you guys are
Okay.
walking down.
Cool. Because we were tasked to lead them back to the church.
Yes.
Yeah.
basically.
As
Um,
we're walking through the church, right? We'll pass the area where there's the donation box, and I'll just sort of nudge Saf and look at it. You mentioned the possibility of making a charitable donation to the cause.
That's the moment Saf comes back and like her eyes kind of roll down to like focus, and she goes, "You bastard!" Oh, and then she realizes she's sitting right next to Lex.
Corvus is just like, he's not a. Lex isn't a bastard. I know his parents well.
Sorry, I fuck hate when that happens.
You were zoned out for a little bit. Are you well?
I let's just say that this church is not different from any of the rest of them. Saying that, she makes eye contact with Serenity and like points to the door, like, "I gotta go."
We've
Well,
already left.
you guys are already outside the church.
Oh, okay,
You
we're
guys
like
are
back. Okay,
walking.
then in this case, like she kind of
Yes, yes.
like lenses to down the street, and be like, "We got to keep the fuck out."
You just see a very short nod.
Hearing that, Corvus is just like, not that last bit, but the church is not like anything else. Corvus is like, we pride ourselves on our uniformity. You know, you go to one church, it's all the same, so you don't get lost. You go to another, you know, it's good.
Mhm.
Keep
Mhm.
things easy and simple.
Yeah. Like now, speaking with the voice a little down as they're stepping in from the church, she turns and asks, "So, does every single one of your churches hold a giant library full of the same books we just brought?"
Not that he kind of Corvus kind of stops, looks at you, an eyebrow raises, and then he's like, "No." Not that I am aware, Lex. Do you know of anything such as this?
It is beyond men such as us to question Hoar.
Clearly. So neither one of you know of this.
It is our first time laying eyes upon such a book.
My
Tell us, were you using infiltration magics of some form?
I was trying to find out what the hell they're gonna do with the book, because it seems that it might be useful.
Blasphemy!
And I was right.
Do
Saf,
you
let's get
know?
back to the circus.
Why? What's wrong with this? She kind of glances at Serenity. What's going on with the circus?
We need to get back.
We've been
We need
tasked
to
to
make sure.
escort you back.
And I believe Lex was gonna say something.
Uh, how do you know that what they were doing with the book was sinister? The Church of Hoar does much good around the islands.
Right, because churches never would have done something that is bad. That is definitely gonna give them more power, right?
I believe that the Church of Hoar's record speaks for itself.
Exactly. Hawar is a god of just vengeance. Just vengeance. Not ambition, not power, just vengeance.
Hmm.
In any case, she glances back at Serenity and, in message, kind of touches her hand and goes, "We need to get that book back."
Oh, I'm aware. I have things to inform me about when we get home.
Gotcha.
Corvus, though, like amidst this discussion, just the tiniest bit of doubt he verbalizes as he looks at more to Lex than anything else, and just goes, "Though, Lex, the High Priest was acting somewhat irregular to other High Priests we're familiar with. Did that not strike you as odd?"
I have full confidence that there is nothing going on untoward. However, and I look towards our two companions, given that I am confident nothing is happening, I see no reason why we cannot investigate.
Right, let me fix Frank's again.
Yeah.
I think
Uh,
I'm speaking really loud. So maybe it's like auto adjusting my levels.
I don't know.
Hearing-
It might.
Hearing this from Lex, Saf's like eyebrows just go up a bit. Didn't expect to hear that from you.
Mm.
Why should I be scared of questioning or looking into things when I am certain that there is nothing wrong to find?
Fair. And if you're not gonna like the answers that you discover,
We will come to that if we do, which we won't.
whatever you
And
say.
Corvus puts his hands, his hands have just remained on his hips, and he's just like, "And I trust Lex's judgment complicitly. Very well.
Hmm.
It's decided. We'll escort you back to the circus. Come tomorrow's assignment from the church. We shall also," and he kind of very dramatically, "investigate." And then he's like, "I could be a circus performer in another life." And he just keeps walking.
All right.
Adorable.
You make your way through the city. As you're kind of looking around, people have somewhat resumed their normal activities, but there are still lots of talk of what could it have been. Lots of suspicions. No one really knows. You hear weird things like maybe the gods have come to the world. All kinds of weird. Could be all kinds of different things. Lots of conspiracy theories.
Hmm.
As you make your way to the edge of town and out of the the walls of the city. Off to your right, you see your encampment. As you see, just as you guys are walking up, you see a large group of your contingent coming from the other direction, coming towards you. Looks like they're arriving back at the circus. You see the leader of your circus. She's your leader. Her name's Talia Hicks, and you see her kind of leading the group, and she kind of stops and looks at both of you, kind of gives you a sideways glance, says something, and the others begin looking up, and they all kind of look at you both oddly. And they start walking towards you.
We have returned.
As
I
what's
would
called, as we're walking, Corvus is like, remember, sweet friends, we've been gone a week apparently.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Serenity is going to long stride as fast as she can to get to her friends.
Long stride.
Yeah, just almost running, just so excited to see them. Just, oh, I have missed you all.
Katya, what were you gonna say?
No, she was just gonna try and stop her, but I presume fail.
Yeah.
You
Rennie,
you get up to, and as they're all looking at you kind of dumbfounded, like they never expected you to come back. They thought maybe you ran away or were killed by the last goblin raid when you guys disappeared a week ago, or disappeared like others have in the past. And Talia kind of takes a step back. Are you real?
Of course, nothing could keep us down.
And she gives you a big hug. Not seeing you in a week, and oh, thank heavens! I was not sure that you would ever come back, or that we would ever see you again. We weren't sure what
well,
happened.
We would never abandon the circus. It's our home. Besides, I've missed several of my performances, haven't I?
I mean,
Ooh.
we had to readjust schedules, but what happened? Where have you been?
at this point, staff starts to approach. We're back. That's all that matters.
Long travel day.
When
And
they
Corvus kinda
asked
speaks up.
where they were and what happened, and nobody offered, Lex will walk up holding a stack
God
of
damn it.
papers and just be like, "Your friends were assisted by the Church of Hoar," and I will start handing each of them like a little
Thank
pamphlet.
God.
If you have any requests that need to be made to the church, anything that needs to be solved, you can find us at this location or speak to any of your wandering priests.
And that Corvus is just like, and any donation to the wonderful Church of Hoa will always be taken with utmost gratitude and sincerity.
Donations are not required, but appreciated.
Always appreciated. Thank you. What's good at this? Corvus looks at Lex, looks to Serenity and Saf, and like, we were your wonderful companions in your endeavors at this fine assignment. Please, he pulls out some more pamphlets, but this time there are little bubbles on them. And it goes, please rate your service 1 to 5. Could you leave any please leave any additional comments you would like to leave on with the church, and any other additional feedback, if you could please.
Oh, absolutely. Takes one.
Talia takes the pamphlet from Lex. Kind of really quickly stuffs it in a back pocket, and says, "So what did happen? You disappeared on the night, and we thought you had been killed, or taken or disappeared like so many others have over the years. We didn't know what happened.
It was a very exhausting travel. We ran far after the goblins. Battle ensued. We didn't walk out of there nearly as in tip-top shape as we walked in. Took us a while to make our way back safely. So we've been traveling.
Okay. She looks over the rest, the other two, and you accompanied her, I guess.
Yeah,
They proved incredibly valuable to our pursuit. So yes, they are our new friends, I would like to say.
Are you looking for a place in the circus? Would you like to come and join our group?
Corvus is just
That's
like,
to
what the?
us.
Yeah, to both of you. Leave your god ways behind you and come join.
Okay.
Phrasing was not gonna work.
They're going to hang with us for a while. But they haven't been to the circus much. We have to show them our ways first.
Corvus and Lex just look absolutely offended, like, leave
Just-
our god?
It was mentioned, and I will look to Saf, that there was a possibility of a place for us to stay. Otherwise, Corvus and I will find a tree to sleep under.
No. Talia, I have mentioned to them since they proved to be a very big help during the battle with the goblins. Even though we did not manage to fully succeed, we are kind of alive because of them, and I think the circus always needs people like that.
And no, we will not leave the service of our god.
She did not mean to say that. You can always continue the worship, but have a bed to sleep on instead of under a tree.
Corvus is like, but in another life, I would have made a great ringmaster. Ah,
Not giving up on you yet. You never know. Maybe in this life.
I look very good in red.
Oh, as do I. We should find you an outfit.
Yes, but I can't change from my formal robes.
This is fair. But embellishments, maybe.
Embellishments are always welcome. Tell me,
Good.
do you have food? I'm famished.
Likewise.
She looks and yeah, we were just coming back from doing some work to bring food with us, and you see some of the group are carrying like baskets with fruits and vegetables from one of the neighboring farms that had donated to the circus. And come eat.
Corvus offers a hand. He's like, please allow me to assist and help carry some food over some things. He'll start setting tables, plates.
They all start gathering food and putting together a large meal. Everyone kind of sits down at very big tables because they're one big family. It's a very very family oriented environment, and and Talia sits at the head of the table, and she gestures for everyone to take their seats.
Corvus will take a seat. And
Alright.
is just, shall we pray in the name of Hoa?
Talia looks up and she says, "I would rather we didn't, but if you insist."
And Corvus is like, very well. Lex, will you say Hoa's grace?
Lex
He
will
always pushes it off on somebody else.
Lex will stand up and hands behind his back give about a 2.5 minute prayer to Hoar over the food.
Are you actually bowed and with your eyes closed, or do you look around during your service? Are you during your prayer?
Bowed with the eyes closed.
Corvus's
projecting
eyes are
his
also closed. He's just assuming everyone's. But
You
he's taken Serenity's in Saf's hand, just like.
And you see Talia, she's kind of sitting back with her arms folded, just shaking her head the entire time.
While my eyes are closed and I'm saying the prayer, can I make a check to make sure that I can't hear anybody eating?
No one is eating. They were at least respectful enough to know that they don't eat yet.
People
sh-
were definitely getting mad. Like, hurry the fuck up, bro.
But you
They would
do
have been if
you
dude were hungry.
as you're still going on, like a minute later, she starts twiddling her thumbs, going, come on, let's go, finish it up.
And as I finish, I will stand up straight, nod to everybody, sit down, and start to eat. This is a completely normal thing to happen before a meal. I don't think anything about it.
Yo, Corvus, at the moment, he finishes. Let's go of Saps and Trinity's hand. And is like, delicious, and starts eating as well.
All right, you begin your meal. Everything goes very quietly. Not a lot of talking. There are some small talks between the groups. Is there anything you guys want to talk about during the meal?
I will look over at our two new companions and say, if you do join the Church of Hoar, you can look forward to such invigorating prayers before every one of your meals.
That does sound lovely.
Ah, exciting.
Truly,
Um,
it is. As
uh,
Corvus,
Tell me, how long have you been with the Church of Hoar?
long.
That's it?
The church gave us sanctuary when no one else would, at a very young age.
Hmm. Fascinating.
And if you don't mind me asking, where were you before? Did you two know each other?
Yes.
Not
Corvus and
talk for that,
I
eh?
grew up together, and unfortunate circumstances caused us to leave our home. The church has taken care of us since.
Yes, it was truly a tragedy.
Understood. While not big on social cues, can see when questions should no longer be asked. But it's kind of the same as we with the circus, right, Serenity?
Yes, I suppose so.
Has Serenity lost her energy, like her bubbliness right now?
A little bit. You can tell something is weighing on her mind a little bit, so she's
Oh. Am I?
she's a
Am I just?
little bit more tame.
Okay. Corvus doesn't act on it. He's just clocking
Fair.
that.
Saf, on the other hand, like she grows a frown and like kind of puts her hand on her sister's hand, but still speaks like a little quietly, but still not using message. Everything all right?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
I'm just content to be back.
And as you continue the meal, we are going to take a 15-minute break, and
Ah,
and we will
Like
be back after the break to find out what happens as they finish their meal, and what's going to happen to the rest. All right.
Just bring more wine.
All right, so we'll be
yes,
back.
have a good booze.
We will be back in 15 minutes, and we'll see you then.
Bye.
All right, we're out.
That was
We're
awesome.
out.
My green screen fell like two.
Don't forget recap.
Hello.
me? Oh, we're gonna get picked on.
Good to know. Good to
Thank
know.
God you're calling on me today, so it's got to be somebody else when we come back in a month and they have to remember things. I can, in theory, it's like
No,
I can,
we'll
in theory, remember what we've done for the last hour and a half. So essentially, what happened is we arrived back at town. We were told to use discretion, proceeded to not use discretion, went to the temple, where we had found a book in a library that we had visited in session 0. We gave the book to the church, but they're acting sus as fuck. So we have decided that we're going to investigate. We have, however, been told to be escorted back to our lovely circus, which is where we have just eaten dinner. And now I don't know what's going to happen next. Kristen, what are we up to? Oh,
Why? Okay, for some reason my mic was muted. I'm very sorry. So, currently you guys are sitting at the table with the other circus performers who are your other family. And Talia is looking kind of annoyed at the two worshippers here sitting at her table, because she usually doesn't allow that type of talk at her table. And she gets up, and after she finishes, and she's like, "So, do you have any plans for the rest of the day? Because we do not have a performance now because of all of what happened this morning. Um, do you have any idea what that was?" She's gonna. First time the DM is gonna roll today. Hey, you know what I'm gonna roll? I'm gonna roll with these Misty Mountain Gaming dice. Aren't they pretty? Wait, I know, aren't they pretty? I have two different sets. I have blue ones and I have pink ones. For MistyMountainGaming.com. There is D20. I believe there is. It's called, like, D20 Tales, I think. I believe. Yeah. So I'm gonna roll. I mean, we are sponsored by them, so so I'm gonna roll my first roll of the game, and she's going to. So do you want? Are you so in saying no? Are you trying to Are you trying to persuade her, or are you trying to deceive her? Wait, what? Hold on. The players are not muted.
oh
You just missed.
Oh,
no, not us.
oh.
So much of this dialogue.
Why?
In
No,
the
no.
interim-
There wasn't much. There wasn't much dialogue.
What do you mean? You guys just missed our wonderful Misty Mountain Gaming ad spot.
Oh, you did. So I'm rolling D20s on my Misty Mountain Gaming dice. You can use D20 Tails on our on their website for a 20% discount, I believe. But yeah,
our original
I have-
spotlight that you just missed was so much better. It was way
it was
cooler.
actually funny. Sorry guys, for some reason it got muted during when I switched when I did the transition, and I switched back. It muted mine and then muted theirs, and I don't know why. It was very strange. So anyway, everyone should be able to hear them now, I
Can you
believe.
hear us now?
Yes, chat. Let us know
Can
because
you
it would
hear
suck to
us?
Are
continue
we
playing
vocal?
if you can't hear us.
And hopefully everything is good to go now.
Yay!
Good.
That'll
All right,
do it.
perfect.
All right. Perfect.
I don't know what happened. This OBS is being very
Chaos.
strange apparently. So anyway,
Indeed.
So, would
Okay.
you like to have rolled a deception or a persuasion check that you said that you did not you did not know anything about what was going on?
I mean, technically persuasion, right? Because
Yeah,
we don't know what that thing was.
technically you're
Yeah.
correct.
I,
I'll let you
I,
choose one or the other. Go ahead and
can we
make
get advantage?
each.
Can staff get advantage because we all said, or are we
Yeah.
all rolling?
Well, you all roll because you all said something.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Oh,
Persuasion. I'm
Persuasion
good at
check
this.
incoming.
Yeah, you guys get to roll on the app so I can see your rolls. I get to roll in person, so.
My total of 10 is like, yeah, I totally have no idea what the fuck this is.
I got an 8.
Dude, Lex, you suck.
oh no.
And serendipity got an 11. Seth got an 11. Corvus got a 14.
Oh,
I need one from Serenity. Oh,
that's me.
that's you.
Sorry, I rolled on the wrong screen. I liked my other roll better. I rolled
Get
on
it
my computer,
together,
but I forgot
guys.
And an 8.
Stop rolling
So
like shit. We are rolling
um,
like garbage today. Sweet
as
Okay.
she kind
Stop
of
on that.
looks at you and kind of gives both the girls a kind of a raised eyebrow, like, you're gonna have to tell me more later. Look, and then looks at you at Corvus and Lex. Well, if you have no idea, then what else? What do you have plans for the rest of the day?
Sleep.
What'd you say, Frank?
What?
Sleep.
Sleep.
I mean, if it's all right, I'd like to show them around the circus a little bit.
Oh,
give
and
them
that, yes.
formal tour.
We have finished our required duties for the day, having returned your lovely performers. So the day is now ours.
As no performances, go ahead and show them around. Feel free.
Do you need
And
anything from us? Anything we can help with?
at the
Yes,
moment,
does anyone need vengeance taken care of?
I mean, no. We're just going about our day,
Any
but
slights or wrongdoings from the crew, cast?
I mean, I was slighted a little while ago,
At the
Who?
sound of
My.
and
everything Lex will
she looks at Lex and says, "That was too long. Sorry."
Corvus looks at Lex and is just like, "What was too long?"
I don't know.
And she just shakes her head. The prayer. I was slighted by the prayer.
Hmm.
Never.
I'll just lean over to Corvus and say, I don't know what the protocol is to do about that.
I do. And Corvus is just gonna give across the back of the head.
Good.
Yeah. Just like a fucking thwack.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first attack is against another player.
16.
Nice.
What is your AC there, Lex?
My AC is an 18.
Oh, as you go, you kind of you hit his armor to hit him,
That'll do.
and you hit on the armor, and your hand is kind of a little
Corvus
smart.
is just like, ow! And it's just like, but the deed is done. Vengeance has been extracted. You're welcome.
I apologize that you are not able to recognize the importance of prayer.
Before this gets any worse, Sack kind of steps in and kind of takes Lex on both shoulders and goes, Talia, thank you so much. We're gonna show them around a bit and make sure they get enough sleep, right? It seems that they're very, very tired, so they have no filter, apparently.
And she kind of waves you off and says, "Go."
As we're being ushered away, Corvus pulls out another survey sheet and is just like, please, for your consideration, as he hands it to Talia.
How many of those do you have? How many of those do you have?
Many.
No, they actually went and got stacks of have them made. They're in their bags.
Jesus.
And she just looks at it and just kind of puts it in a pocket absentmindedly and turns around and walks away.
Corvus, I think that we are getting many converts to Hoar in these last
I
few days. I'm
agree.
very
We
proud
have
of
done
our progress.
phenomenally in this town and city so far. I expect half the city to be converted by the time we depart to the next island. If
As they're saying this, Saf kind of approaches Serenity and goes, "You can show them around the circus, right?"
Yes, but I'd prefer to
Oh.
do it with you. Why?
Oh, suspicious.
You know the circus better than I do anyway, so I'm mainly at the door most of the time. I think you're gonna do a better tour.
I think it's more fun with our entire party besides make friends. If you're not here, you don't make friends.
That is fair, but I prefer to also make sure we keep the friends that we have, and I need to, smooth things over with Talia, because that was a lot right now, and I still need to convince her to let them stay.
All right. If you need help, though, I am very close to Talia. I can come back with you after we give them to her and we can talk to them together.
I appreciate you. I will definitely let you know if my negotiations with her will not work.
Suspicious.
All right. But if you're not back with us in 15 or 20 minutes, I'm coming looking for you.
I promise you I'll be back soon. I'll just talk with her and be right back.
All right. Serenity does want to roll an insight on whether or not she thinks
Let's
that
do
that's
it!
actually what you're doing.
Okay, let's
I
see if
need
you
to-
can beat my deception.
Probably
Don't roll
not.
that one right now. Don't you dare. Don't you dare D&D Beyond. Don't do this to me. Where's this?
Not the best. 14. You had to beat a 14.
Not 20, that's 27!
Ah,
First
No.
20 of the campaign.
First
she's
nat
going
20.
to talk to Talia.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Well, let me know how it goes and where she says we can set them up then. We'll get them settled after the tour.
That sounds great.
And you all separate.
Who do you want to go to first, Kristen?
Let's go with Katya first because you said you're going to Talia. What are you doing?
I'm not.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Big
What do you mean?
surprise.
She's gonna go in the
Lie to
direction
us.
of Talia of where the lunch was happening.
Okay.
But then as soon as she's out of sight, she's gonna turn a hard left and find an area that is like behind the circus, outside the tents, outside of everything, as private as she can.
Yeah, there's right next to the wall. There's a really secluded and there's some trees right there that you could easily go into the tree line area and behind one of the carriages.
Okay. Now she looks around to make sure nobody can hear her. Kneels.
Roll a perception check. See if there's
I
anybody
shall do
around.
that. Perception. That's a +0. Come on. That's a 2. Don't see shit.
You don't see anybody around, so there's probably not anybody nearby.
Great. So she kneels down to her knees. Once again, just touches the little crown on her forehead, closes her eyes, and thinks to herself. All right, buddy. I heard your voice again today. For the first time in years. I know you're a part of this somehow. You're going to tell me. I'm not leaving, and I'm not doing any of your fucking work until you tell me what the hell is going on here.
In your mind, you hear this. Not today.
I should get the book from them at least, right?
You don't hear anything else.
Remember our deal. The deal is nobody hurts my sister.
A moment later, as you're sitting there and you're listening for another voice, you hear, "But the deal's been already made." sweetheart. You are mine.
As long as you uphold the deal. That was the agreement.
The agreement was to save her then. Not now. Or even in the future. You said anything.
In this case,
You
I
belong to
propose a
me.
new one.
Do not judge otherwise.
May I propose a new agreement? I
No.
have your undivided attention.
No, you may not. You are mine. And with that, you get a splitting headache that is almost debilitating, and it knocks you. You were already on your knees, but if you weren't on your knees, you would be on your knees.
Mm-hmm.
Now be a good little pet and do what you're supposed to, and gain the power that you are meant to.
The power. That comes from the book, doesn't it?
And then with that, he doesn't say anything else. And you can feel that there's nothing there. You're talking to nothing again.
Doesn't give a damn about the book.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't. As she sits there for a while, she just allows herself a second to just wait, still hoping for that
the
answer.
the headache after, I mean, it was such a it came on instantaneous. It was so bad, and you're just even having trouble trying even to concentrate, let alone as you go to stand up. It almost for a few more moments, and then it's gone, and there's no pain at all.
Bastard. Fine.
And with that, we will cut over to the rest of the group. Paige, what are you and your friends doing?
So I'm just doing exactly what I said I was, leading them up and down, being like, so that's the tent where you can go get all the food. This is where we'll
Ah.
obviously be meeting for meal times. That
Aha.
tent over there is where our mystic, so to speak, lives, reads fortunes, reads cards. Very good.
Blasphemy!
No,
Corvus,
I appreciate your enthusiasm.
I'll just lean over. Corvus, the practicing of magic is not blasphemy.
The practice of seeing into the future, to me, I think, is. Because whatever Whore's will is, will happen. Regardless of future sight. Blasphemy!
Well, then we're just looking at it, are we not? We're not changing the future, we're just witnessing.
Corvus stops dead in his tracks. His hands go to his sides. And he's just like, Yes. You make a good point. Take back what I said.
That over there, that's my tent. That's where I do all my fire performances. And you can see some singed, like, tent. You're like, doesn't always go according to plan.
I
My magic
can't
can be a
wait
little
to see.
unruly. I cannot wait to perform for you guys, truly.
Is it a solo performance?
For the most part, yes. It used to not be, but people decided very quickly they didn't like being too close to it. To
Did
be
people
involved.
get burned?
Yes, just a little bit. But things have gotten better, question mark. Still very entertaining nevertheless.
I'm sure it is. I wonder what the circus's insurance policy is like.
Were the
Too
people who were burned
convoluted.
properly compensated?
Absolutely, they were very well taken care of. We're all very well taken care of here at the circus.
Brilliant.
And so this is how the tour goes, just walking up and down all the tents, pointing to what they all do.
As we're walking, Corvus at some point, because he doesn't know what a filter is, he's just like, tell me, Serenity, are you and Saf twins?
Absolutely.
Why do
Been
you have
together.
red hair?
Oh, that's my own choice. I
Oh.
dye my hair.
I see.
Yes, matches the aesthetic.
It
changes.
does.
I mean, to be fair, last round I was water themed and my hair was bright blue and purple, so changes.
You control water as well.
No. My sister is better at that, but no. I'm more of a fire person, so hence the switch, but
I see. So
Speaking of
does.
your- Mm.
Oh no, Lex, please.
Oh, speaking of your sister, where is she?
I mean, she said she was going to talk to Talia. So she was concerned that after the dinner incident that she would have to do some persuading to get you guys rooms. I'm not worried about it. Talia's very level-headed, easy to talk to. It'll be fine, but my sister can be far more anxious and likes to get things off her mind as quickly as possible.
What incident?
Huh. I can't recall an incident needing to be smoothed over.
You know what? Fair enough. In her mind, just friends. Don't offend friends.
Corvus and Lex, man.
What incident? You know what?
No, we're not gonna get into this right now.
Corvus is just gonna be like, so does Sav have a performance of their own? Is it
Yeah.
water based?
No. I have tried for many, many years to convince her to perform, but she is, anxious. She is, quite reserved, as I'm sure you have already picked up. So she doesn't much like being in front of a crowd if she can help it.
Wouldn't
And
say
crowds of...
reserved is the. Oh, sorry.
No, please.
I wouldn't say reserved is the word I would use for her. She seems very upfront with her thoughts and opinions. But perhaps yes, not everyone is suited to be at the limelight or center stage. That's a circus term? Yes.
Yeah, so to speak. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I understand that some are better suited as crew, backstage to make the show go well. Yes.
And she does that swimmingly. She is extremely helpful and very valuable to the circus.
Did she help you with your show?
She used to when we were younger, before we joined the circus proper, but nowadays she more watches, so to speak. She is already overworked in my opinion, and I like to try and give her some time to relax.
Oh, so she does a lot of the circus's back end.
I think she does, yes.
Understood.
Mm-hmm. Very hard worker, very talented.
As we're walking around, I'm just going to be keeping an eye out to see if I see any injustices occurring.
You definitely
But
you do
certainly,
not.
This hero deserves a hero.
You see people going around attending to a few animals. You see people juggling some things. A couple people on a doing low tightrope because they're practicing on a tightrope, things like that.
Yep.
Just as you are about to say that, you see your sister come around the edge of the main tent.
As she's coming around, you see like a little drop of blood running down like a side of her eye, but she quickly wipes it out and comes up. Hey, I'm back. Good news. Talia did not change her mind. We were totally fine along the plan.
Do I see you wipe away this tear of blood?
Roll a perception check.
You got it,
Yeah,
Captain.
for that?
You all can roll. All three of you.
I say Corvus is too busy looking around the camp
Hmm.
to notice.
Oh, I think
Oh my
Lex-
God, Lex! What the?
Sneezed.
What the hell did you roll?
25.
Jesus Christ!
I rolled an 11. Not the best.
Corvus did not roll.
Corvus did not roll because he was not paying attention. He was too busy looking the other direction.
He was
Mm.
getting a tour.
Lex, you do watch as she brushes what may have been blood or maybe paint or something briefly away from her eye.
Given that she's not responding to it, Corvus, Lex is going to assume that she doesn't want attention drawn to it. You know, everyone's got their problems. So he's just gonna clap a hand on her shoulder and go, I hope your talk went well, and cast Cure Wounds.
Oh.
Oh,
You
bless.
get 5
Aw.
luck.
Look at that. Trying to
Rogue
make
minimum.
friends. You gain no hit points back because you're already at full.
I was wonderful, but still, like, she just starts to feel like marginally better because, like, the aftermath of having such a splitting headache out of nowhere, like, was definitely still making her feel like, very weak and fuzzy. But then suddenly, yeah, it did. Thank you for asking.
Well, uh, where will we be staying?
There is a guest tent that is also protected for the night creature from the night creatures. So we, Serenity, did you get to that part yet?
No, we hadn't made our way over to the housing yet.
Oh, great.
Because if there is nothing else for us to do, I would like to take some time for meditation and study.
You, okay. Anybody else?
If we're yeah, Corvus is gonna be like, if that is the end of the tour, it was lovely, Serenity. I am very much looking forward to seeing the show when it is at its liveliest. But if there is nothing else, then I too will practice scripture and get some training in.
Okay.
That's reasonable.
I did have a couple of questions about horror at some point, whenever you're available.
I'm
Now,
available immediately to discuss Hoar.
It can wait.
No.
They seem very excited. You should
Yes,
ask your questions.
we insist.
Realizing that she got herself in a situation where Serenity is right next to her, she's not going to be asking anything right now. So, well, I've been mainly wanting to ask about the church itself because we are going to try and get that book back, right?
To investigate.
Of course.
What questions do you have about the church? I would be happy to answer any for you.
I appreciate it. Maybe we should just draw up a plan of how we can get inside and make sure we investigate properly.
Ah, very simple. We will walk in the door, and we will go to where you saw, and we will knock, and we will ask.
And
I
we
was
can-
thinking the exact same.
and they're of course gonna let us in because there's no hidden doors or anything like that in the church, is there?
The
No.
church of Hoar is very open. There should be no place that we are not able to have access to.
Exactly.
Really, nor any coded knocks, and she kind of knocks on like a wood next to her 4 times and like waits for the reaction to see if
Would
they
we know?
recognize it.
Would we know?
You have no idea why she was knocking on wood.
Question:
Uh,
Is that just 4 knocks? Like,
Yeah,
It was boing, bang, 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 and then 2 answered back, and then they knocked twice, and then they entered.
okay,
4
but she just did 4 knocks, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did 4 knocks. Yeah.
If that is a code, that is a particularly bad one.
I agree.
I
What's the
also agree.
response? 2 knocks?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Folly.
And it ends with another 2 knocks. And she also knocks twice. It happens to be a secret code of your church, apparently.
I think you're reading far too much into the situation. I am sure nothing is happening. It is a simple misunderstanding.
I concur. We just walk in tomorrow through the front doors, find or wherever you found this door with silly knocks, and we just go in.
Silly knocks.
And if they try to attack us,
They won't.
and if they do, will you be able to fight against your own brethren, if you will?
Corvus, very he takes a moment, stops, and just puts a hand on his staff, and just goes, on the near nigh impossible chance that a fellow follower of Howar attacks another without due, which is just so ridiculous. Are you hearing this, Lex? We will deal with it then accordingly. But because it was such, forgive my language, dumb notion, it shan't happen. Goodness.
One of the principal tenets of horror is retribution. If someone does undue violence towards me, my friend, or any of you, we are more than justified to react in kind. If that satisfies your question.
It does. Great to hear that we're all on the same page about this.
Yes, that anyone harming us in the Church of Howar is ridiculous. That's the page we are all on, yes? Yes.
Yes. And did you have any questions specifically about theology, any of the rituals? Do you want to know anything about the structure?
As the scene fades and they walk off talking
I do
about
want to add
all.
just one very tiny thing. As Lex asks that, she thinks for a moment and kind of points her finger to answer, and instead casts a message saying, "I would like to talk about it in private, please." And then goes, "Not yet."
Ooh.
As the scene fades and they walk off talking about Hoar. And you guys go off to you show them where the where your metal containers are for sleeping. Yeah, they have metal, so they in the circus, because they are traveling circus and do not have the protection of a city wall. Most people that are out in the areas have metal containers that they put on wheels and horses, and it's like almost like a carriage, but it's a metal container to keep from being killed at night by the roaming monsters in the night.
Corvus is gonna poke it really hard with his staff and
It
just
is-
test its durability.
It's a big metal container. It
Yes,
seems
this will
solid.
suffice. It is ding ding. Sturdy.
You hear some scratches in the night, but you kind of get used to it at the end.
Do you have a cat? Oh, you mean on the outside? Yes, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Mhm.
Oh no. We love you, Frank. We really do.
I am in love with Chorus. I'm just saying, like, me as a player,
So
I'm like,
much
yes,
so.
I want to see more of this.
Corvus cult on a shirt.
Yep. You already got the following.
So you guys
Frank.
you guys begin you guys take refuge. You're going through, you're talking about different aspects of horror, and you're doing your stuff for the afternoon. Just as it is later than you thought, as you go to open the door, because time kind of, you lost track of time while you guys were talking and inside, and you open the door to the sun just going down behind the wall of darkness.
Sunset now, yeah?
It is the sun is going down.
Right. We need to go inside now, please.
I fully agree. There's no reason for us to be out after dark.
Corvus will make sure he's the last one inside the cart.
Okay. You see everyone else slowly making, as you you go to open the door, and you see other people making their way to their respective areas that they're going to sleep in.
As Saf is about to step in, she first of all makes sure Serenity goes inside, and then she looks back to check on the rest of the circus to make sure they're all
you
made it in.
you see everybody getting to their respective areas, and off in the distance, probably maybe a half a mile, you hear a scream of something coming over as the sun is going down behind it. You hear it, and you see something rise up over the tree line in the distance, and it flies up over the tree line and is heading straight towards the city.
We got incoming. Everyone inside now.
What was it? The creature made a scream,
The
or
it
was
sounded like the creature made a scream, but
Okay.
it was a sound you had never heard before.
And it's
I would
airborne,
like to.
yeah?
I would like
It's
to ready an
airborne.
action Eldritch Blast as soon as this thing gets close enough to 120 feet of distance.
As you guys are
Have we s-
prepping to go inside,
Corvus is remaining outside. He wants to be the
Yeah,
last
I'm
one.
also going to be standing outside then to make sure it doesn't attack anybody.
Yeah.
My
And
job.
Seth has like electricity running between her fingers, waiting for this thing to show up as she wants to make sure everyone in Circus are inside.
you, as you look up into the sky, as you see this thing, you see something huge and red you have never seen the likes of. You couldn't imagine something. There are stories about monsters this big, but you've never seen one this big. And it is flying up over, and you see a huge flame come flying out of its mouth as
Did you just throw a fucking dragon at us?
there is a dragon none of you have ever seen. You've heard
Oh.
they are stories of children. They are not real. They don't exist. They may have existed once. They're like unicorns. They don't exist.
You just hear Corvus just go like in awe. By Hoa, is that a dragon?
Actually, you would know what a dragon was because they are basically myth and legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So no, you have never heard of one even being spotted. There are just stories of dragons
Yeah.
of ancient
Just like-
times.
Just like modern.
Just like
I
today.
understand.
Yeah, so like if you
Modern
if you saw a
dinosaurs.
dragon fly out over the thing
Yeah.
in your hometown, you would
You'd be like, "That's a fucking dragon," but they shouldn't exist.
Right.
and you see this dragon fly, and you see all of a sudden the whole area is lit up underneath it as it's soaring straight towards the city.
Corvus isn't really gonna look to the other two. He's gonna look at Lex and just be like, "We must hurry. People will be in danger."
Absolutely.
Are you
I
all
will turn to our two companions and say, given the size of the thing, I do not know that it would be wise to follow us.
What? Of course we have to. The people here are innocent. They need our help.
Serenity. He might be right.
We are capable of helping, Saren.
And we might die along the way.
Who's
That's a
Saren?
risk we need to take. Saf.
Are you sure this is what you want to do?
Yes, we have to help them.
as you say that, you all feel a presence creep over the back of your mind, or your just kind of your hair on the back of your neck just begins to stand up. I need all of you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, this is all of us. No, this isn't just Saf.
No, it's all of you.
Oh shit!
So that's a 9.
Wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, Kristen. I want to use.
a 9.
I'm gonna use Tides of Chaos to re-roll that shit.
Can I
Okay.
use Corvus's fucking?
Oh, it was
awesome
worse.
roll?
Fantastic.
Great.
That-
Paige!
It went from bad to worse.
Yeah. So what's it called? Lovely viewers, only one of us rolled above a 10.
Yeah.
Dude.
I rolled a 14.
All of you
Nice.
are frozen in fear
What in?
as this thing comes. It is the most scary thing you've ever witnessed, and you are all petrified, and you watch as it flies over the top of you and into the city as it flies over the top. And as soon as you are out of range, your fear fades, and all of a sudden you're welcome to Dragon Fear.
Bring it
Corvus, we are
There,
still going to do something about that, right?
Of course, it is our duty. We are obligated to, but
we
I have
we need to
never
find a
felt
way.
anything.
Inside the city, you hear screams and fire beginning to erupt throughout the whole city as the dragon is incinerating a straight path. And you could tell it was on a beeline straight to the heart of the city.
Is that where a church is?
The
That
book.
is exactly where your church is.
Shit.
No, we gotta go.
Uh,
Gotta
uh,
go, team.
what's called? Corvus is just gonna look to Saf. Saf. Sorry. And just be like, horses now.
As she points to the area where the horses are for the circus, and as they're running there, she yells, "We need to find a way to lure it out of the city."
All right. You don't see anybody, everyone else has already ran inside and they are
Mhm.
not opening their doors.
Makes sense.
If it is going for the book, we could grab the book and run, and it will
Yeah.
possibly follow us.
Is that what
Exactly.
you think it's going for?
It's gotta be it's the only new thing this the shit that caused it all. Maybe this thing was what brought the explosion back and woke it up.
Yes, perhaps.
Seems too
That
much to be a
seems
coincidence.
logical. Yes. Horses.
We need to get the book of magic and get the fuck out of the city.
Okay, can we find any
yes.
horses?
Yeah. Do we see horses?
There are horses not far away. I mean, there are horses. The circus uses horses for a bunch of things, and
Fuck
there.
yeah. We grab some as we what's it called as Corvus. How many horses do we have? Is there enough for each of us, or are we sharing?
There's gotta
There
be enough.
there is easily enough. However, they are in one of the metal boxes because they keep even the pets in
Mhm.
metal boxes to keep them safe. And you manage to get them all out, but they are not saddled or anything. You'll have to ride them bareback.
Bareback. Corvus is just gonna be like, we are borrowing these in the name of Hoar, and yes, you know the rest. We need to go. As Corvus kicks and he's like, yeah, and goes running.
All right, you guys head into the city as fast as you can. You see destruction everywhere in a perfect straight line, straight to the center of the city. And as you see the dragon literally ripping apart, and as I knock things over, it is ripping apart the inside of the building, and you see pieces flying off, and it's reaching in, and there are pieces of the building flying off in huge chunks. As you watch this scene, as you guys are racing towards it, you see in its mouth it picks up a small book,
Shit.
puts it in one of its claws, and takes to the sky.
How far
Get
away is it?
back here!
You guys are still probably about 300 yards,
Oh.
300 yards
Not even a chance.
away. As you watch it take off, and it flies way, way high into the sky and begins to travel towards the direction that you guys came into the city, where the boom happened from. In that direction.
Okay.
It's almost kind of southeast-ish.
The library. We need to get back to the library.
The library. Corvus, yeah, as we're riding, is like, he says this mostly to Lex, and is like, Church or the Dragon, choose.
Sorry, I missed that. Apologies.
That's all good. Corvus, as we're riding, looks to you and is just like, Church or the Dragon, choose.
We should follow the dragon.
And Corvus just nods and makes way. As he's doing so, any civilians that are in his way, he's just shouting, "Get to cover! It is not safe!"
As
burning like bro already.
as you all turn away from the church, because you were about 300 yards away, you see emerging from the broken rubble a group of armed individuals that are dressed in all red.
Oh, here we go.
Hmm.
I
They are emerging from the church, out of the rubble, and they are all armed with swords and long poles of some sort, almost like like a lance, but not a lance, but it looks like a lance. And as you um watch them emerge, they point at the dragon and they're saying something, but you're too far away.
Okay. Are they in our way?
They are not. They're up at the church. You're in between, and and you see them just pointing in the direction of the dragon, and them. It looks like they're issuing orders or something, and then you see one of them holding your high priest, and you see
Oh,
them
shit.
lift him out of the rubble. And it from the distance, you are not sure if he's still alive.
Does it look like they're helping the high priest?
It does.
Okay. Corvus assumes they're an ally and keeps going.
Okay.
Yep, I'm following Corvus.
Can I roll an insight check to see if these guys are are they local to the city? Or do they seem actually dangerous? Do they seem like they're on the dragon's side?
Roll an insight.
All right, let's see if this one's gonna be better. Flat roll. 18.
Not bad.
Nice.
Nice.
So as you're watching them, they seem to be helping the priests. And they seem to not take kindly that this large beast just attacked where they were at.
Brilliant. Allies. We love them. Yeah, Corvus just keeps riding. He's
Yep.
chasing that
On Corvus.
motherfucker down.
I'm just thinking maybe we should, let them know and have them join us.
We are moving much too fast, yeah? Because they're standing still, right?
Yeah, they're still standing up at the thing. They are
Yeah.
pointing and doing something. You're not really sure what they're doing, but it looks like they're issuing some sort of orders. You're not really sure because it's kind of a ways away. So
Cool.
Mhm.
As we're riding, Corvus is just like, we should probably not engage. We have no idea what the heck that thing can do, but track, get the book, plans,
Yeah.
sweet friends, plans.
he said, "Sweet friends."
Dorel cameo.
I do not know what we can do, but we will simply do our best.
You
If we
all.
can get,
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, it is a long shot, but I think if we can get the book away from it, that is probably the best thing.
And get the book as far away from any sort of place where this thing could hurt someone.
I
Absolutely.
will let it be known, I was on the side of burning it.
I don't know based on what we just saw if that would have made it any better, to be fair.
Or maybe the dragon wants the book because the book is the only thing that will help us fight it. We need to get it, and then we're gonna figure out what to do with it.
In your head, as you say that,
Fuck.
you hear, "You must kill the dragon."
Is that your jaw? Fuck that, dude.
She just keeps writing, but she suddenly just forgets everything she was talking about and just looks straight ahead in her mind. How the fuck? Right. How?
Gain power, my child. Gain all the power.
With your guidance?
And then you will release me.
As she keeps writing, she kind of whispers to herself. With your guidance, I will.
All right, chasing the dragon.
As we're running, you just hear Corvus go, "I'm coming, book."
we're going
You-
to like the
you-
library, right?
You hear off in the distance. You hear off in the distance. Do you know the words?
Aw, the book is nice.
No, you don't hear that.
God, the book must be so scared right now. Just like
And that, like, in Corvus's head is like, no, not the book!
that's the true romance. Chorus and the book.
On the plus side, I don't think the dragon is. I don't think it's small enough to fit in the library.
Yeah, it couldn't go in. Sorry, friends. I
What
can
is that
still hear you. I've
direction?
just got to deal with my dog. One moment.
If he doesn't bring the dog back to show us, I will be very sad.
Fair.
I figured out the perfect hashtag for the Corvus and the book ship. It's the Corv book.
Core book?
Core book.
Ah,
Corv book. I'm waiting to hear your fanfic stories, people.
Oh no.
Do you know the word?
Oh.
oh.
Oh,
Corv book.
Oh no.
oh, no.
Chloe has a interesting theory. Yeah.
Theory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh God.
Do
No.
you guys know your mother?
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
I
never
mean,
mind.
ask.
I was gonna
You
say
got
the
you gotta
book
ask.
would be
She
your
has a
mother.
very interesting theory.
She does, and I'm kind of scared for that theory because that has daddy issues written all over it.
Just all over it. Yeah.
Oh, just like yeah. It's
I mean, you guys have family issues as it is, so.
anyway.
No, not us.
We're totally stable.
We're a happy
Right.
family.
Daddy issues confirmed. It is canon. It is very warm here today, so. All right, where's he at? Nope.
Dealing with the dog.
I have returned. Dog is being
Oh.
dismissed. I did not bring the dog. I heard you. You should have kept going. But
Oh, okay. Well, no, we were waiting for you.
it's all good. I could hear you. Sorry, my dog was being a dog.
Oh.
That's super fair.
Hashtag Corvuk. Yeah, bet.
Oh no.
Hashtag Corv book. Yeah, that's right. What do you think?
Alright,
So-
where we at?
You guys take off out of the city. You go past the circus, and you start heading south as fast as your horses can go. It takes a little while because it was about 60 miles, so it is a good little ride. You finally arrive to the site because the dragon is much, much faster at flying than you are at riding. It is off in the distance somewhere. You don't know where it went. You lost it long ago. However, you finally arrive at the site where you would know there was almost a hill with with some some old ruins ruins on top. Some the ruined buildings, some old ancient decrepit falling down pieces of mortar and things. And where that entire area was is now a large hole in the ground.
So
There
how
is
far out is it from-
nothing there. As you
was this
come up,
the ruins we were at?
yeah, this is the ruins you were at.
Okay.
So down in where the ruins were, so in session 0, when you guys found the ruins, you
Yeah.
come up to the plate. You guys finally come off the road, and you know exactly where you're going.
Yep.
You come off of the road, and you go just about 20 miles off the road, and you find where you were, and there is a large hole in the ground, and it is
Okay.
a big sinkhole.
Okay. Corvus is just gonna peer out to the horizon. How far down has the sun set?
Oh, the sun is no longer visible. It is dead of night.
Ooh, fuck, that's bad.
We are out in the open.
We're out in the open in
Nighttime.
the middle of the night, and there's a dragon. I don't know which one's less funny.
Ah.
Yeah,
I mean,
shit.
you could see it off in the distance as the sun was still the height,
Yeah.
and you guys finally lost sight of it into the darkness.
Okay. As we sort of pull up, Corvus is just like, "What's about?" Yes, there's a dragon, but it is now evening. Be ready for
Evening?
anything.
Yeah, you guys are about an hour and a half into sunset, so
Ooh.
Right. we can
Hour
try
and a
and
half, 2
find
hours.
the remainings of that symbol. Maybe we can rearrange it and be able to be transformed back into the library.
Actually, it'd be more like 4 hours into the because it was 60 miles. So
Didn't Lex touch some glowing light or something?
Exactly. If we try and find like what remains of that symbol, we can try to rearrange it and do it again.
Are
So
there any?
the-
Do we see any scattered remains of the ruins that were there before?
there is nothing left. It's almost as though someone took that entire um uh entire area and scooped it out with a huge ice cream scoop, and there's nothing. It's just gone.
Oh. Oh.
And there's no dragon. No
No
giant
dragon.
beast inside. Okay, as we sort of pull up, Corvus is going to expertly swing his leg over and, while still in motion, hop off his horse and just land his staff and his shield out, and just scan the area. I'm just gonna general perception check to see what I see.
Mhm.
At disadvantage because it's nighttime and I don't have dark vision.
Ah,
Actually, I'll probably light a torch first. I'll light a torch.
to make us visible.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And yeah, I'll do just a flat perception check. So you see, Corvus is holding a torch in his shield hand. Natural 20!
Nice.
Nice.
I just turned into a dinosaur.
And you were trying to just do it, what exactly?
General perception.
Just
Tell
general
me what I
perception.
see.
You don't see much because you're human and it is
Yep.
nighttime.
It
You do
is.
have a little bit of light. I'm guessing one of your spellcasters would have cast some sort of light.
No,
or-
I said I've lit a torch.
Oh, you
I'm
did.
holding it in
Okay,
my
you did.
hand.
So as you hold it up, you don't see anything. You also oddly don't hear anything. Like often you would even hear crickets.
Yeah, night sounds.
It's completely silent.
like dead silent.
Dead silent.
Okay,
You
at that,
can in fact it's weird because you can like as you're listening, you can almost hear your own heartbeat. It's so quiet. And you almost can hear the heartbeats of everyone around you. It's so quiet.
Corvus is just like,
Dead silence.
something is amiss.
I would like to ready in action Eldritch Blast if I see any hostile creatures around us.
Oh, that is so warlock of you. I ready Eldritch Blast!
Of course, always. That's the
will,
best cantrip there is. So Saf slowly approaches him and already has like a crackling energy between her fingers as she's ready. You see anything?
No. Lex, your eyes? Because we would have, like, we've been together a while. He would know you'd have dark vision. You can see a little further.
I'm assuming I don't see anything at all, Kristen.
You see nothing. You see the big hole in the ground. You guys can see off into it. And it's huge. In fact, it's so big you can't even see across it to the other side where the hole would be. It is just a big, huge circled cutout of ground.
I am afraid to say I think this may be far out of our depth.
Corvus peeks down. So I'm going to get to the edge of the crater. And Corvus is just going to go, we owe it to the people that would have died tonight to find out what's happening. And he kind of peers over, holding the torch down, letting the light cast into the hole, and just go, and I suspect whatever leads we'll need will probably start back down there.
If you think that is what's best, I will go along with you.
Corvus takes a moment, starts unstrapping his shield.
Nice.
He looks to Lex and just goes, I think I'm going to do something very stupid.
Oh, you're not about to. You're not about to slide. Oh
He,
no.
he puts
in
his
response
shield
to that,
down.
Lex will just put a hand on your shoulder and say, I have full faith that you will be fine. And cast enhance ability on you, Cat's Grace, to give you advantage on dexterity checks, and also you don't take damage from falling 20 feet or less.
Oh, God, it's like these guys, man. They know what they're doing, bro.
no.
Corvus is going to hold. He's gonna put his staff back on his back, along with beside his giant covered weapon. And yeah, he's going to very much like how a skater comes off the drops into a half pipe. Is going with his shield.
Oh no.
I'll see you at the bottom.
Okay.
And you hear da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
You hear the music in the back. No, I'm not. So as you begin, go ahead and give me an acrobatics check for me to see how well you are at surfing.
Oh, dice gods, please bless me now.
Well, remember, you've got advantage on that.
Oh, with advantage?
I
Yeah,
I
okay,
see
we'll take
Chloe's message of like what a way to die in the first game, and I fully agree. What a way to die in the first game.
Corvus was well lived.
Uh-huh. Started a cult. Now time to go.
So you jump. So are you taking the torch with you?
Yeah, I've got the torch. As
Okay.
I'm kind of like holding it in front of you, like.
So you're going down this as you and you guys watch as Corvus just kind of takes it and jumps off of into the darkness, and you watch as this thing goes down and down, and you hear woohoo as they're going down the
Corvus like
well off into the and you just see this light kind of keep going and keep going and finally come to a stop. At the bottom of this entire thing, you find as you come it's really weird, hard to explain, but you see what looks to be a covered arch.
a covered arch.
Like an
On the ground?
like an arch, like it uncovered a cave entrance, and it is
Okay.
a arch, and it has a metal door sitting in the very edge of it.
We didn't see a metal door last time, did we?
There was never a metal door.
No. Okay.
And you are at the very center in the very bottom.
Corvus is just gonna use his light to kind of highlight the archway. Is there any inscriptions? Anything?
And no, there are inscriptions along the edge, but it is just the arch and a door, and you kind of go to circle around it, and you just see the other side of the exact same arch and a metal door. As you kind of circle, because it's small, it's just
so it's standing alone.
it's standing alone.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. Oh. Okay. Corvus is just gonna go. And you said there's inscriptions.
There are inscriptions.
Am I able to read that? Is it a language I'm familiar with?
Go ahead and actually no, it is not a language you are at all familiar with.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, but it is reminiscent of a language you did see earlier.
When
you couldn't read the book.
I thought the pages were blank. I didn't see anything.
No. On the front, on the cover, the cover.
Oh, the cover. Oh, okay. Corvus is like, I cannot read this, but I was right. I knew it. He's going to turn around to where he trailed from, and I'm sure he can't see his companion.
No, you can't see up there at all. They don't have lights because all of them can see in the dark.
Yeah.
And
so Corvus instead will, with his torchlight, just wave it frantically about.
you guys, all of a sudden you see the little light kind of jerk back and forth a lot. It looks like it's something's fighting him.
I will immediately jump into the hole.
Is he okay?
Yeah, I also am jumping with him.
It
Right,
almost
Go
looks
find
like he's
out.
sword fighting with something. You're not sure what's
Wait.
going on down
We
there.
gotta go. We gotta
gonna-
find out.
I'm gonna grab both of them and be like, wait, hold on a second. And I extend my finger and I point at Corvus and just send message. Are you okay?
What is the distance on?
Yeah, what's the range?
Oh,
120 feet.
120 feet. Yeah, you're right. That's
It
not
does
enough.
not reach. He is-
Dude,
Never
Corvus
mind.
slid down a crater that was 100 feet long, and it was just like on a shield.
it's like
I
250
told you,
feet.
dude. I told you.
It's about 250 feet deep.
Fuck. That was a
I'm
long
going
ride.
after them.
All right, here we
Yeah,
go.
running.
Sliding down.
Okay, you guys are jumping off and running down.
Yep.
I need everyone to roll athletic saving throws for me.
Oh god. So strength saving throws?
No, acrobatics.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh, okay, acrobatics.
acrobatics.
Oh, you want acrobatics? You got
Acrobatics.
it.
Sorry, yeah. I
Oh
was.
no!
Oh,
look!
nice.
Oh no. Oh no.
Nice out, nice out.
All right, Lex.
Let's pull out the rolls. Let's hear the roll. Let's hear the roll.
I see a Saf with a 20 and
A dirty 20. Yeah.
a dirty 20 and a Serenity with a 15 and a Lex with a whole 2.
Huge
Yep.
numbers. Huge numbers.
I'll go. I will jump in and say, Corvus, I'm coming to help you. Just fall directly on my face and slide
As
down on my face.
you come flying off and your foot trips over one of the newly discovered rocks, and you go ass over tea kettle, and as you continuously fall down, have you seen the Princess Bride?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, see, like that. The
Nice.
entire way down the hill. This very large 250-foot hill. I'm going to roll some d6s here. Hold on.
As in multiple?
More than one,
Oh no.
because this is all fresh. So we're gonna see if let's see if we're gonna avoid any rocks first. Big rocks.
Oh,
Okay, you avoid the rocks, but
that's good.
you're still gonna take 11 points of damage as you tumble all the way down to the bottom. You get to the bottom and your face is all cut up. Your hands are completely covered in blood. And you look like you just went through a shredder.
I will just get back up from my fall and just do a full run towards where Corvus is, casting Cure Wounds on myself as I run.
Don't waste the spell slot. I was about to say, like, I have some ways of healing too. Like, hold on.
I'm gonna fair. I'm in
Well,
panic.
I have
mode.
a feeling we're gonna need all the spell slots right
Well,
now. So, like,
he makes it to the bottom much faster than you because the falling is faster.
that is fair.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Great.
I'm gonna
As
hear
we're
that,
running
yeah?
up. Yeah.
I would have heard the duh-duh-duh-duh-duh-duh-duh-duh.
You hear at the bottom because you hear ow as he comes to a dead stop at the bottom.
Corvus is just gonna walk up to him and just be like, Lex,
Corvus, are you alright?
I should be asking you. Here, what the? And he's gonna help him onto his feet and like dust him off and just like, what the heck? Are you okay?
I will look around. Do I see any assailants? Anyone fighting down
There
here?
is no one fighting, but you do see an archway that is just standing in the middle of this bottom of this hole.
Corvus, were you fighting with that arch?
Corvus looks at the arch and is like, not yet. No, I was trying to get your attention.
Not
And
yet.
he waves his the torch.
We see the waving again. We're
You
like, oh, we
see-
need to be faster.
Yeah, you two finally can see down to the bottom with your dark vision, and you see at the very bottom of the hill, he's just kind of waving it, and you see your friend at the other friend at the bottom looks to be pretty hurt.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
All right.
Corvus
I-
asks Lex, "Do you need some more healing?"
At this point, we start to come up. Are you okay?
I will be fine.
That did not seem like a good landing.
No,
I'll
Lex,
just
it
look-
didn't.
No.
At
Not
the
so much.
blood on my hands and be like, I will be okay. And I will cast Cure Wounds on myself because I already
God
rolled
damn it,
for
I'm
it.
literally right there.
You gain 8 hit points back.
Nice. We'll take those hit points.
Fine.
So I'm down
meant-
3.
Okay, you guys are standing in front of an arch.
Corvus just goes, "This is what I found, and I was trying to get your attention for." Well done. Making it down. Corvus would have restrapped his shield back onto his arm at this point. And goes, "It's the same all the way around," as he loops around the arch. And just goes, "I am yet to try this door, but there's inscription upon the archway. I do not know what it says, but it is reminiscent of the text upon the cover of the book."
The Book of Magic?
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, it's might as well good that we all know this. It's called the Book of Magic, and those are the words that activate it.
Those were the words the book was
Oh.
asking. Ah, I see. Yes, well, and Corvus kind of lights up the inscription again and just goes, "It seems this is the next logical step."
Seth,
I-
how did you read the words last time? Can you read it now?
I doubt it. There was just this scroll that allowed me to read the words before, but maybe I can still recognize some of the symbols. And Seth looks up at the arch. Do I recognize any symbols?
They look very similar to the symbols that you had before, that you read on the very cover of the book.
But none of them look similar to what the cover of the book actually said.
No, they don't look similar. I mean, there might be 1 or 2 letters that are the same, but you're not really sure because you use comprehend languages to read it last time.
Yeah. But I
So
don't have that
you-
scroll anymore.
Um,
So
yeah, you do not have it at the moment.
Corvus is just going to chime in because this would have been within character. After hearing the knowledge he just heard, like information shared, what about you try saying the door of magic?
sure. I have she's waiting to see if there was any reaction from the arch.
So everybody's just looked at the arch, and you're just looking at the arch.
Yep.
As you say the words, nothing happens.
Ah,
I love the pause in there.
done.
I don't know, maybe what so we all heard those kids stories about those things flying over, right? What the hell are they called?
Dragons.
Dragons. The
Yes.
art of a dragon.
I will just walk up and try to open it.
Yeah. Good plan.
Let's go. Seeing Lex go up, Corvus is like, "Wait! Best knock. It would be impolite to just open the door into someone's abode."
That is a very good point. I will knock on the door.
As your door hits the as your fist hits the metal door, you hear in a very crisp toned voice, "It has been a very long time since anyone has come to my door."
Do I recognize the voice?
You do not.
Literally, the moment that happens, Corvus just goes, Hello. We would like to talk to you about our Lord and Savior.
No.
And as the voice continues, without pausing, doesn't even recognize that you. What always runs but never walks, often murmurs but never talks, has bed but never sleeps, an open mouth that never eats. Answer me this, and I shall open.
Mm.
I I will turn to Corvus and say, I am fairly sure that the answer to that is a river. But first, and I will just slide a pamphlet under the door.
Anybody near the edge of the door,
Yeah.
you see it come out the other side,
Nice.
on the other side of the door.
Nice.
Hey, I think your pamphlet kind of missed the spot.
It was worth a shot.
It was worth a shot.
And
I do not know what the answer to this riddle is.
Lex, you said a river?
believe so. Rivers have mouths, rivers have bed, rivers run.
They murmur. Yeah,
Serenity.
does make sense.
And do you think could be anything else? I don't
No,
know what's going to be the consequence of us getting it wrong, so I just want to make sure we have all of our options.
No, I think that is the best answer.
What about a cat?
And cats do sleep,
Yes, they have a mouth. They run.
but
They do eat, though. It did say mouth that doesn't eat.
yeah, and has a bed but doesn't sleep.
Oh,
But good try.
oh.
Very
What
good
is-
try.
Your contribution was invaluable.
Thank you.
So,
Then we are in agreement.
I would agree, yeah.
I will turn and say, I believe the answer is a river.
It's because you guys were talking for a very long time. As you turn around and have this little conversation, you don't hear anything back.
I will knock on the door again.
And you hear in the same voice, "It has been such a long time since anyone has knocked on my door. What always runs but never walks, often murmurs, never talks, has a bed but never sleeps, an open mouth that never eats. Answer me this, and I shall open for you."
A river?
As you say that, the door slightly comes ajar.
Ooh, well done, Lex.
What? I'm assuming if I look through that little spot, that it doesn't look like behind it, right?
No, it just kind of opened to the point where it unlatched.
Uh-huh.
It didn't open it up far enough that you could look through the sliver, through the edge of the door yet.
Okay, I will creak it open then slowly.
As you begin to open it, inside you see what looks to be a wall across a 5 foot. There's sand on the other side, inside of a cave, and you look kind of look left and right, and there's a passageway to the left and right, and a wall on the other side.
Shall we?
Corvus is like,
Mhm.
perhaps I'll go first.
Left or right?
You
Um,
As you all enter, the door clicks shut behind you.
Oh shit.
no going back. Only forwards.
Can I reopen the door behind us?
As you go to grab the door handle, the door is gone.
Fuck.
There
What
is
replaced
no
it?
door. A wall.
Is it just
There's
cave wall? Okay.
just a wall. It is so as you look left and right, it is a lit corridor.
Oh, okay, cool.
You look to the left and you look to the right. About 15 feet down each corridor, you see it looks like it's lined with an archway. and you see it. They kind of curves off to what you would consider north at this point. They both kind of curve in that direction. And so there's these two arches, and then it's sand, all the way through this cave.
Okay. As Corvus is out front, he's got his shield up, torch out. He's redrawn his quarterstaff. Corvus is just gonna go. He'll look back over his shoulder. I once heard a bard when I was young. Say everything she owned was in a box to the left. I'm going that way, and Corvus will go left.
Serenity, do you think we could maybe, persuade him otherwise?
Do you have
Why
a
would I
problem with the
push
left?
it?
Not really. I just hope maybe you would have a better reason to go left.
Corvus
I
has
mean,
already
it's
started
better than what
walking
we
left.
have. I'm following right behind him. I'm not letting
Oh.
you go on your own. Yeah.
Okay.
We're not separating the party. No.
I have a problem with the right, so left it is.
Left it
Yeah.
is.
So
As we
I'm
walk,
hoping there's gonna be combat, but no. Anyway.
I will turn to
no, you
Sapphire.
did avoid the combat that could have happened.
Ah,
so.
no.
Ah, dang it! Take it back. We won the combat.
We want combat.
You guys did avoid the combat. So
Maybe
Was
there's
it-
gonna
was
be combat here.
Was it the red priests?
yeah,
The red
you
robed guys?
that was a possibility of you getting into a fight with them.
Fucking
Oh.
knew it. Fucking knew we should have stayed there. But that's okay.
I suspected as much too, but the moment you're like, it looked like they were helping him. I was like, Corvus is gonna
Yeah, I
fucking
was
be like,
like,
allies.
okay, it seems that they got this. We should probably go.
But there could have been a fight because they are priests that are not wearing horror stuff, but there was but they were helping
dark.
him.
It was we saw
We
red.
were trying to take care of a dragon.
Yeah. So going left, do you need a marching order? How wide is this corridor?
It is about 15 feet wide.
Oh, okay. It's
It
pretty
is
big.
it is pretty. It is a very large corridor, and it's lit by as you look. They are the ever flowing torches. They're ever glowing torches.
Yep.
They're always on. They never shut off.
All right. I nearly said Sorrel. Corvus is going to what's it called? Keep wandering forward. And he'll make sure he gets the front shield up.
You start to circle around this this area, and you go about you go past the first arch, and up ahead it turns. You start to see it starts to turn towards the left just a little bit. And as you begin, you see another arch, probably about another 30 feet down the corridor after you pass the first arch.
There's a what?
Down the corridor, you see another arch, about 30 feet further down,
Similar to
and
the
it
one I
start
saw
and it
before?
starts. They look identical, but it's about 30 feet from where you are at the arch to the next one, and then as it's starting to turn to the left. Up ahead, the path turns to the left.
Okay. Corvus is gonna be like, sweet friends, another archway.
All right.
Is there a door in the archway, or is it just open?
Just an open arch, nothing underneath it.
I say we continue.
Down the archway or left?
Continue going the way you are, or no, it doesn't split. It's just what
Yeah, it's just there's an archway in
Oh,
front.
it's just an open.
just an
gotcha.
open arch.
And behind that arch, I'm guessing more wall.
No, there's so it's so you have a 15-foot path that continues on.
Yeah.
There's you're at an arch that has no door. It's just an open archway. It looks like it's a support area.
I see.
And
I
then
understand.
30 feet further down is another support
the-
area, and
Gotcha.
the path continues on towards the
Use the-
left.
Cool. All right. Yeah, we'll just keep going.
Okay.
Mhm.
You go to the next arch, and as you approach the next arch, you see a small almost like an open archway to the on the right hand wall. But the arch or the path continues past it, and there's another arch 30 feet further down the path, and the path continues.
I'll just keep going.
Do you want to keep going down the path, or do you want to go into the open door on the left? Or on the right,
I guess
sorry.
we'll. I guess we'll test the open door. Corvus is just gonna
It's
be
on the
like,
left, Frank. We have to go to the left.
It's always the
You
left.
you get
yeah,
to
it's
the
always the left. Absolutely right. We
well,
gotta go left.
so you begin walking down the pathway and you get to the open door, and you go to pass it, and as you look in, you see a very, very, very large room.
Okay, Corvus is gonna be like, wait, and he's gonna step back, and he's like, "There's something in here," and he's just going to very cautiously shield up, open the door.
So it's an open. There's no door. It's just an
I thought you
open.
said it was slightly ajar.
No. There is an open area. It is an open arch, just like the other one.
Oh, I
But it
understand. Sorry.
opens into a dark room.
Right. Okay. We go into the room, I guess. What do
You-
we see with the light?
As you enter with your light into the room, you see, as you look to your left and right, you see ahead of you, you see just straight darkness for a ways, using because you're in the middle of a light source, and you don't
Yep.
see anything beyond it. But as you look to your left, you see a mural on the wall, and if you look to your right, you see another mural on the wall. Very colorful
yeah.
mural.
What does I'm
Which
gonna
which
walk up
one which
one
one do
with
you
the
want to
light.
go to your left or your right?
I'm gonna go left because everything's in a box that I own to the left.
Okay.
Thank you.
Um so as you begin looking at the ones on the left, you see on the wall a this huge depiction of goblins, of humans, of elves, of dwarves, of hobgoblins, of all of these creatures that you have been fighting every single night, working hand in hand with humans, with dragons flying overhead in all sorts of different colors, golds and silvers and blacks and reds, seems to be working together.
Does it look like they have a goal in this mural? Are they doing something together, or is
They
it just
looks like they're
little
building
bits?
buildings and building society, building putting things together for society. And
Okay.
you see all of these things that are, are inherently evil. They are the epitome of evil. And you see them working hand in hand with all of these other races that shouldn't go together.
Question: Can I make a religion check to see if that's blasphemy?
Go ahead. Roll.
Can I do the same? 'Cause
Yeah,
it
you
sounds
both
like
can.
blasphemy.
That does sound like blasphemy to me. I got an 11.
I got a 6.
For what you guys currently know about the religion, yes, because these things are evil.
Lex will stand in front of the mural and like hold out his cloak to cover as much of it as possible, and just say, "We should continue onward."
Corvus is just gonna be like, disgusting. Who would depict such vile things upon what looks to be a very nice wall otherwise?
Seeing their reactions, Saf literally just pushes them out of the way because she wants to see the fucking mural.
I'm not
I
gonna
wanna.
be. I'm not gonna be pushed out of the way.
Yeah,
You
Roll
let it go?
roll opposing
Corvus-
strength checks.
Yeah,
Oh
Corvus is gonna
god,
keep
and I'm
going.
negative 2 to strength. This is not gonna go well.
I
15.
just a check
There's
because we're standing beside each other. Yeah, so yeah, I don't think you're pushing us out of the way, dude.
yeah, I'm not.
No.
So she kinda like tries and it's like, do you really want to do this right now?
Corvus just looks down and just like, you could say, "Excuse me."
May I take a look?
Oh, of course. And Corvus is gonna step aside and like look at it in all its filth, and he's gonna shine a light.
And Saf's face changes. What do you mean filth?
Clearly, these were put here to confuse the minds of those who do not believe and lead them astray. For
The
what good would it take?
the odd thing that you begin to notice is it's all happening during the daytime. There is a sun clearly marked above their heads.
Ah.
Seeing this, Sav just starts to get a thought, and so she turns around to look at the other mural.
You
Mhm.
begin to walk around the room, and it shows all of the creatures that you have always fought in the night working hand in hand. Kind of you see this city begin to grow, and these metropolises begin to rise as you go around the room, and the metropolises get bigger and bigger, and all of these creatures are living in harmony. And then as you're going around, the back wall of the room, and it goes around, the room is huge. So
Yeah.
I'm talking, it's almost like a timeline as you're walking around the room, and you can literally see the city growing in front of you as you begin to walk around the room. And you get back to what you would consider the north side, where you guys were, where you can see the door up ahead as you come across the last wall of the area, and you see the door off to your right, and the mural begin, and you see these huge monstrosity buildings, larger than anything you've ever seen before. They must be from the mainland, because nothing on the island like this exists.
Which
And
we've
you
never been.
see large flying monstrosities that are mechanical in nature. You see all of these things that are so far advanced that you can't even imagine them.
Wow. This art
You
is
you have you have you have you have seen your your world has flying machines and things like that, flying ships, and there are some mechanical things in the world, like small gadgets and gizmos, things like that, artificers make, but nothing on this scale.
Seeing.
I
Mhm.
you go.
Oh, sure. Seeing all this, Sav just kind of slowly approaches Serenity and goes, "What do you make of all this?"
Damn, I was gonna do the same thing.
Hard to say. We've never seen anything like this, and I mean, if it's tied to the library that we were in, we know how old that library was, which tells me this chamber must be old. Maybe it. Maybe.
Roll a perception check for all of you as you're saying that.
You got this. You got
Cool.
this. Can I help?
Wrong.
You do it at advantage.
Wrong. You want it? You said perception check, right?
Yes.
You got it.
9.
Are we all rolling perception? Sorry.
All of you.
Oh, okay. It's blasphemous. I got a natural one. I've closed
Is
my
my
eyes.
9 going to be the highest roll?
I see everybody but one person rolled so far.
Working on it. Working on it.
14.
Yay, higher than a 9!
Jesus Christ,
Good
people!
job, you did great.
Thank you. I can't believe 14 is the lowest. Is the highest, I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a natural
So
one.
with
yeah.
the 14, you at the mention of how old this has to be, you look at the floor, and the floor is spotless in here. It's not sand anymore. There's an actual room, and the floor is spotless. And as you begin, you realize you guys have not ventured into the center of the room. It is complete. You guys have entered all the way around.
Yep, and we've done the lap.
You've done the entire lap of the area, but you realize you look in the center of the room, and it's still coated in darkness beyond your sight. And you guys have just done the outside edge.
I see Serenity's eyes. I'm not gonna say anything.
I go for the center of the room.
Follow at a cautious distance. Let's say 10
You
feet behind.
begin walking towards the center of the room, and as you approach, you see a huge hole in the center of the room with a gold lip all the way around it.
How deep is the
And
hole?
as you look into the hole, you don't see a bottom.
Oh.
Serenity?
Do-
No.
we could find out what's at the bottom.
We could, but how about I cast light down there first, and we can find out?
That is much
You
better
try
than my
that.
idea of throwing a torch in. I really didn't want to waste it.
As you are looking and getting ready to cast, almost from it's odd. You almost feel an air kind of rush in and rush back out. Like you're not
Like breathing?
kind of like something breathed.
Ooh.
Okay.
Corvus is gonna peer down. Do I see anything?
You
Pitch
you
black?
see pitch black as far as you can see.
So
Go for it.
Saf raises her hand, snaps her fingers as a small orb of light starts to float around, and she gently lowers it down as it floats. Down this way.
As your light begins to leave your hand and float down, that is where we were going to end our session tonight.
Ooh.
To wait a month.
See, Miss
You will
Ringo,
have to wait to find out what happens.
a whole month.
No, not a whole month.
God.
So
damn.
our next session is going to hold on. Let me pull it up over here. It doesn't pop up on the thing. Our next our next show is going to be I think it's the 13th of May. So everybody from here on out, all of our shows will be on the 13th of May. If you're interested in watching our show and finding what happens next time, kind of at a very good little cliffhanger. I was wanted to find a really good spot where I'd be like, okay, where do I stop it?
Yeah, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do.
Mhm.
So I was just then when you were like, go for it. Corvus was gonna look back and just feel like, I'll go if you go.
I
I'm
feel like I got
convinced
these two.
when she said that we were all like bending over to look at it, she'd said someone was pushed us from behind to push us in.
Yeah, I was worried that was gonna happen as well. To be honest.
No, that was not part of my wicked plans.
Okay, here's my theory. As soon as the light reaches an eye opens, and we realize it's the fucking dragon under there.
Yeah, could you imagine it's just the dragon with its mouth open, like, yes, bro. Like,
Ah,
no
Well,
one's gonna be dumb enough to jump
I-
down here, but if they are.
but if they are lunch, oh no.
Put a quarter in, and a fresh creature will jump down.
Yeah,
So we
God.
want to thank everybody who has showed up to watch us. We hope you
Thank
guys
you very much.
send us,
Thank you.
bring all of your friends to watch our show. Bring everybody you know. Tell everybody about us. We are D20 Tales. We do lots of shows. We have Plane Striders, and we have now me doing this insanity. And no, I want to thank all my players. You guys are absolutely amazing. I couldn't be here without you guys. I love you guys.
Thank you, GM, for the wonderful session. So good.
I hope
I'm
you.
really liking
I
this
hope you
world
like
we're
the
building.
story. I hope you
It's
like the
really
story.
fun. Really fun.
I have so much planned, and I have built this whole insanity world in my head, and I'm hoping everybody likes it because it is a roller coaster.
It
I'm
sounds
excited.
like there's a proper story like inbuilt, and it's cool that this is a homebrew because I'm like, oh shit, stuff's happening. Things
Stuff
are actually going down.
Stuff is always going to be happening in my world. But I already have timelines of things that are happening while you guys are doing this. There are other things in play at the same time. So things are happening, around the world, and you guys can stumble into them or not and see what happens. Like I had actually planned that you guys would actually have a fight. And possibly,
I'm so sad about it.
Sorry.
I too am kind of
Sorry, there was a fight if you guys decided to go that way.
No, that's better. But yeah, we didn't do it. We were like, no, dragon, bro, come back with the book.
But yeah, there possibly was a fight, and you guys are playing D&D. I don't know what's gonna happen. So
That's it. Exactly. It's D&D.
That is true.
but
Yeah. Is there anything else we need to do before we sign off?
I think that's it, except for say one little thing that Russell loves to say.
Yeah, we gotta do it.
Gotta
Go
do
on, Kristen.
it.
Go on, Kristen.
All right, everybody. Be good to everybody. Love you all, and chaos awaits us in the dark. Later.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good
Bye.
night.